Hello, everyone who is here with us today. We're doing just a pickup game because all of us wanted to see what happens to the crew. And we've got a few people who are down today. Kyle couldn't join us because of time scheduling issues, and Jesse had work things. But we handled Michael's scenes earlier. I will splice that into YouTube, and we will pick up with the rest of the people who are sober and still free to roam the world. I think that's sort of the best way to phrase it. So we will pick up with Viserius, and we're going to play this like I told everybody. Oh, I'm not even running the cameras yet. Let me get my camera going so that way you people can see my lovely face and what I'm doing. Oh, wait a minute, everybody. You know what? Never mind. We're all the camera. Oh, no, I forgot. Carrie runs camera, so yeah, I'll go ahead and pick mine up too. So yeah, just give me 1 second. I swear I am a professional sometimes.
Ha ha ha.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. I am occasionally a professional. Okay.
I know, and that's why I said ha ha ha.
You know, it's not too late to murder you.
Come at me, bro.
Oh, that is just such a bad statement right now. But you'll
I
learn that
know.
in time.
Oh, I know. No, I know. Trust me, I know.
Okay, so we are going to be playing this by hours so that we match up with Michael's timeline in jail. So, for let's go ahead and call it the first 2 hours. We will pick up with Viserius. You came back in an attempt to find Michael. What you see is the guards have cordoned off the entire area. You can see the end process where they are clearly bringing people up into a small area. You aren't exactly sure what's happening, but you can tell that people are being questioned one at a time, and most of them are let go. If they give the guards too much trouble, they are put in chains and led away. You've just seen a handful of people taken away. None of them look like Michael as you last saw him. What do you
Okay.
want to
How
do?
many guards are there in total at the moment that I can see?
There's a lot. I mean, there's enough of them to have a barricade around this area, and then there's a couple. There's at least a dozen inside the barricade, and what looks to be some mages. So
Oh, okay.
that they came out in force to get this situation under control.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look around see if I can see Rihanna.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception roll. Gary, you got wind. Thank you. No, it's crowded. You can't see
No,
anybody.
I don't see anything,
Well, that
and
might be visible.
I still can't. How many people are being taken away in chains?
You see three at the moment, but you don't know. But it looks like this has probably been sort of a long process. These people, this is. It looks like they're nearing the end of all this hubbub. But you see three
Okay.
being taken away.
Now, I've never thought of the spell trying to use it this way, but would it be possible to use the spell identify to identify which one of those is Michael?
Let me just take a look at the wording of that spell, but I think you need to be. I think that's more of a touch spell, isn't it?
Oh, let me check. Yeah, I think it is.
So. I'm trying to remember the alphabet. Can somebody? Oh, there it is.
Yes, it's touch.
Okay. Then
Yeah,
no,
so
you cannot use
scratch that.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, there's not much else I can do.
that. Okay. I will say that you remember leaving Frick and your newest acquaintance, Trilak, inside of the tavern, but that's also inside the barricaded area.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm gonna go back and look for Rihanna.
okay. You haven't seen her since you first. Oh, no, your last communication with her was inside the bakery while she was still invisible. Uh,
Okay. Oh yeah, she's invisible, so there's no way I could see her.
the last time you saw her, you had the see invisibility spell.
No, I do not.
Then no, you have no real way of finding her.
Well, I'm just gonna casually start walking back towards the estate then.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I won't even ask for a roll on that because, a scene like this, there's plenty of rubberneckers. Guards are just trying to send people away if they get to be too nosy. So you just walking up, seeing all this commotion, and turning around and walking is completely normal right now.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of spells that I could try, but with the amount of guards and the other wizards there,
Yeah.
there's no way I'd be able to
Yeah.
pull it off and escape.
Yeah. If you wanted to try to do any casting, you would need to be out of sight of the crowd.
Right.
There's too much suspicion. Okay, Trilak, you are currently inside of the Silver Hornet. You were really just sort of biding your time, I think, was the last thing we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, you wanted to just like go and look out the door. You would easily see that things are still sort of winding down, but there was a guard inside here with you. He would advise you to, please just have a seat because he can vouch for you while you're in here, but if you go out there, you're just adding to the confusion. And we will say that it's probably going to take another 30 minutes or so to wrap up. But if there's anything you want to do while you're inside the tavern,
Well, can I see for like a window or something like that if I see Michael in the form that I know him in being dragged away?
Just refresh my memory because it's been a couple of weeks. Did you see? Were you
yeah.
there when he changed his costumes again?
Yeah, I came across them. He changed his form. Him and Rihanna changed their form, and that's why I did the whole thing to help Rihanna get out. And I knew that Michael was in that form, but I don't know if he changed it during the fog cloud.
It was just a disguise. He can't really change form.
Yeah,
So
he came in, he went to a washroom and changed as much as he could in there, and then he left. Because you were inside the building, I'm going to go ahead and say that you probably saw him exit. So go ahead and make a perception roll, please.
Alrighty, so perception. I'm using the dice roller.
All right, thank you. Okay.
17.
Yeah, I'm going to say that yes, you probably do. You were keeping an eye on him. Again, the guard doesn't think anything suspicious of someone looking out the window right now. You weren't the only one. There was only a handful of people in the bar. You were keeping an eye on him the whole time, and you saw him put into chains and walked away. It was a pretty civil matter. There was no violence, and he did not resist, from what you can tell.
I will walk up to the guard. Sir, is there any way I could be of use? I'm a healer. Is anybody hurt?
No, we have a full squadron out there. There was no violence. We're just trying to maintain order. And the best thing that you can do right now is not add to the chaos. So I need to ask you to stay in here, please.
That is understandable. I apologize for any inconvenience.
This is not of your making. So but thank you.
Okay. Could I probably get a drink?
Excuse me?
I am person. I'm not a person, but I'm just. I need to help people. It is in my nature. So if I could just at least get you drink of something, so it would help calm me down, sir.
Sir, I'm on duty. I'm not permitted to drink while on duty.
I understand. All right. Good day. And I will go and take a seat at a table.
Okay.
Ugh.
We will jump back over to Carrie or Rihanna and Jeslyn as soon as Carrie is actually at her computer, because I think we all agree that Jeslyn ugly crying while eating cake on the floor has to be seen.
I need to build up the tears anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will not deny anyone that scene, mostly because I want it. So we'll just sort of do a little bit of fudging with time and say, Viserys, you were headed back.
Yeah.
So we'll stick.
I'm still keeping an eye out for Rihanna just in case she pops out of invisibility.
Okay. I'm trying to think. We'll do that when she gets back into game, but I think we had basically called it that she got back to the house and when her invisibility wore off. Or at least it was really close.
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Yeah, I
short,
think we were.
when she logs in, we'll handle that. So we'll stick with
Yeah,
Trilac.
I'm about 5 minutes out.
No problem. So we'll just go ahead and we'll stick with Trilac when we say that over the course of the next 30 minutes or so, they finally get what they consider to be a sense of order, and you are released from the bar. And he says, everyone, thank you very much for assisting us by staying here. You have the guard's thanks. You are now free to go about your day. And with that, he gives you all a little bow and walks away.
Did I see which direction that that Michael was being taken?
You do see the direction, but because it's a big city, I'm not going to say east or west. We'll just say you know what general direction he was taken in. I've only built out so much of this map, and I am not going to try and fill in every single block. I'm happy with what we have so far.
Now, do we know where the general prison is in the city where they keep the arrestees?
I'm gonna say,
Frick would know, probably.
Frick is passed out drunk.
Oh. I would know because I was also arrested.
Yeah. In your case, Viserys, well, we're gonna stick with Trilac. I'll let you do that role in a moment, because you probably will have a role you can make, but we'll jump back over to you once you had a chance to meet up with the others. So,
okay,
Trilac, yes, you saw what general direction he was headed in. Other people have finally left the tavern because they finished eating and drinking and they just didn't want to spend any more money. And it's time for everybody to get home and apologize to their various loved ones for being 2 hours late.
Okay, so as I exit, I contemplate following Michael or going back to the rendezvous point in which he told me to go to, which was the bar in which he stayed in.
Yes, we have. Let me just grab my other notebook, but
so many notebooks.
Yeah.
Dragon something.
Dragon's breath in.
Yes, dragon's breath in.
Something loud's happening downstairs. Okay. Anyway, yes. Which of those two do you want to do?
I'm probably going to regret this. I'm going to follow after Michael.
Okay, you can head in the direction you last saw him in. That was about half an hour ago.
Would I know of the jail that he'd be taken to?
I'm going to say we haven't really fleshed out a lot of your backstory, but I take it that you didn't spend a great deal of time inside the city before your pack left, correct?
Yeah, I only spent the last 2 years in the city.
Okay, go ahead and give me an intelligence roll. I would also
Oh
accept
dear,
history if you have a proficiency in that.
I do not.
Okay,
So it's a
then just
straight roll.
intelligence. No,
Nope.
you've never had any dealings with law enforcement beyond the fact that you're, a 7-foot dog. So
That would do it. If I cannot find him, I must head to the Dragon's Breath, as was discussed. And I will start heading towards the Dragon's Breath.
okay, I'm gonna say that you are definitely able to find that within, without too much trouble. It's more on the North Galt side, so it's basically it'll be one of the buildings that's right inside the blue zone on the map here. I'm just again not. I mean, I don't really know how to do that ping. Everybody else can do a ping, but me.
You just click and hold.
Ah, okay. So yeah, you're right around
There you go.
there. That's roughly where the Dragon's Breath Inn is.
Okay. I will head there and wait for Rihanna, as was discussed.
Okay. So when you get in, one thing that I did discuss with Michael is this is not like a tavern and inn, bar type of inn. This is strictly, lodging for people. So when you walk in, you are definitely an interesting sight to the young girl behind the table or the desk there, and she just looks up with you, kind of. Good evening, sir, or good day, good afternoon, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to purchase a room for the night, if that would be okay.
Oh, and she sort of like looks you up and down. I'm afraid that we don't have many beds that would accommodate someone of your stature.
That is absolutely fine. If I could maybe have some more brinklets, I'll stay on the floor.
Okay, we can do that. And she starts checking through registries and things. She's clearly a little flustered. Like that'll be 5 gold, sir.
I hand one handful of 5, and when she puts that away, I give her another 5. Listen, dear, please do not be frightened. I mean you no harm. I know I look like Giant Wolf. I am Giant Wolf, but there's nothing to be afraid of.
Okay.
I am cleric.
Okay.
Please do relax.
Okay. Here's your room key, sir.
Thank you. I take it. If you happen to, if somebody happens to come here asking to see me, please send them up to my room.
What name should I ask for?
Trilak.
And you see her make a note. Okay. Have a good day, sir.
And a good evening to you too. And I head up to the room I've been given.
Okay. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and give a minute because the next thing that was really going to happen was going to be Viserys and Carrie or Rihanna meeting up. I'm getting everybody's names mixed up today.
And I am home, and I'm getting things logged on, so give me like 2 seconds.
Okay, in that case, let's just jump straight over to Viserys and say,
Okay.
go ahead and start giving me another look for Rihanna.
Okay. That would be perception.
Yes. No. you're trying to walk.
You don't see shit.
You're trying to walk slowly, and sorry, was double checking Mike's audio, and I've been making adjustments to mine, trying to get my audio and desktop audio matched up. So I'm a little distracted. Yeah, you're walking a little bit slower. You're trying to scan. Like, oh yeah, doesn't she always walk around with that disguise hat? It's really. So I'd say, if anything, you're just trying to go at a sedate pace, because like, oh yeah, I'm looking for someone who has a hat of disguise.
Yeah, I'm walking leisurely, like with my hands behind my back,
Mm-hmm.
like most rich people do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just looking
jeez.
around.
Whistling a little tune.
Yeah, an Elven tune.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can do that, and like I said, we'll.
Sorry, my computer is being super slow.
No, it's fine. Like I said, this was the odd day, and there's a reason why I picked Sunday for the games. Was we're all heathens, and we're home at 2 in the afternoon. Actually, it's really easy to be home by 2 on a Sunday afternoon, unless you got family you have to go see. So
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
me either.
Sorry.
All right, so we will jump back over to Carrie. I think the last thing that happened was your invisibility wore off just as you were getting to the Goldleaf Manor.
I believe so.
Okay. So you run in, and you see Jeslyn on the floor with half a cake and like she's just eating it with her hands, I imagine. But Jeslyn,
Yeah, probably.
I'll let you describe that.
Half a cake?
It's a small cake.
Jeslyn, please describe how you're eating this cake.
Yeah, she's sitting on the floor, cross-legged, got the box open of the cake, and she's just kind of just digging her fingers in and just stuffing her face with it, and just tears all down her cheeks, and she just looks like a blubbering mess.
Is she sitting like in the main hallway? Like when I first come in, is that what I see when I first walk in?
I imagine whatever living room there is, she's probably in the middle of the living room floor.
Okay, so I could probably hear her if nothing else when I come in.
No, I did not put the actual house into my maps on here, but I sent you guys a picture at some point, so
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, it's not hard for you to find her.
I come in, like, Jeslyn? Jeslyn? Serious?
He's out
Where
here.
is everybody?
He's right here. I don't know. I just want getting themselves killed. Oh,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
what?
Double woman.
There's
We have a crisis on our hands.
I know he's gonna die. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? He's so stupid. He's so stupid. Why doesn't he listen to me ever? He's gonna die. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Well, you're gonna stop your damn bawling, and you're gonna get yourself together, and we're gonna get everybody together, and we're gonna formulate a plan to try to get his stupid ass out of incarceration. Because I'm assuming that's what happened. When I left him, he was still waiting in line to be questioned.
He's gonna get his head chopped off. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! He's gonna.
Mysterious! Frick! Anybody, please!
Oh god, what to do? What am I gonna tell him? What am I gonna tell him? What am I gonna tell him?
Adversarius walks through the door about this time.
Oh my god, do something with her.
Would you like me to cast a silence spell on her?
Yes! Yeah.
Please, cease your lamenting. It will not help us in any way, form, or fashion.
He's gonna die.
We'll figure something out. Did you leave me any of that cake, by the way?
No. Take all the cake. I'm so sorry.
Just turn to Viserys, just give him like an evil glare, like I'm going to murder you.
It's fine. It's fine. Eat it all. Eat it all. That's fine.
Oh my god, please. Why is he so stupid? Why is he so stupid?
I grab Viserys by the arm, drag him to the other side of the house so I can talk to him without having to hear this.
Yeah, we got the full effect of that pretty quick. So
Wow.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Viserys, let's go. Let's go. I need to talk
Let's
to
go. I follow her.
Okay.
you. Where
We're
were
going to
you?
say this has been about half an hour into things, so Trilike is just now getting out of the tavern.
Okay. What did you go back there or something? You left her here by
Yes.
herself?
Yes,
Why?
I did.
Why?
I had a plan in mind, but
No, but I told you guys to just get home and really be safe.
yeah. Well, we just wanted Jesselyn to be safe first.
Yeah,
I I'm still in high regard in the city, so I have little to worry about. I wanted to see if I could help him escape, but upon getting to the area, I counted the guards, and they had at least
it was-
3 wizards there.
Yeah,
There
I
was
know. I was
nothing I
there.
could do
I know. I
without
was
being
there.
caught myself. So I figured the more intelligent course of action would be to come back here
Yeah.
and meet up with everyone and see if we could formulate a plan.
Well, this is what I know because I was there with him right before they questioned him because I was invisible. And I kept trying to talk him out of going through with it because I didn't know what he was going to do. I wanted to hang around and see what happened so I could help if need be. But I also knew that time was ticking on my spell and I couldn't get caught there just appearing out of nowhere. Did you see him at all?
I could not recognize him.
Oh,
He
that's
must
right.
have been in a
Yeah,
disguise, or
He did. He changed at the
Yeah.
tavern.
and I even
Shit.
tried looking for his sword, and his instruments, but I couldn't.
Right.
With all the people in the crowd, I couldn't detect if he was wearing them.
Oh yeah. It was a madhouse. I know. You should have seen me. Even though being invisible, I was having to like dodge and weave people to not get ran over. So
Yeah, well, I'm
Um,
glad you didn't get caught.
yeah. Well, as far as I know, Frick and Doggy Boy are still at the tavern. I don't.
Didn't
know.
we have a rendezvous point? Wasn't that the plan?
Yeah. Yeah.
The
it's-
Dragon's Breath or something?
Yeah, something like that. We were supposed to meet. Michael told Trilek to meet us there, but then he went and got himself caught and tried to help him. God dang it. What are we going to do with her? Because I can't listen to that. She's going to have to pull herself
Oh.
together or she's going to have to stay here. She cannot go with us if she is going to be a complete disaster.
No, she'll calm down. She'll calm down. Let her finish the cake. Cake always helps.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Uh,
And then
do
I
you
look at
happen
him
to
like,
know?
are all human women this weird?
I guess so. I've never been around too many of them.
Okay. Oh, me neither. Mostly half elves and like, but
Do you happen to know where they keep the prisoners in this city? Because
well,
I have no clue.
Well, it depends. If they just took him to like a district place or whether they took him to the main place, which I don't know, GM.
Well, where do they take them for interrogation? Because they're going to interrogate them.
Well, then they probably took him to the main one. But I can't believe they're making such a big deal about the fact that I just tried to swipe his stupid sending stone.
Carrie, go ahead and make, let's call it a history with advantage because you do understand the criminal side of being arrested,
Okay. Right.
whether it's from a
Just like
personal
here.
experience or from stories that you've heard.
She was framed.
I've been arrested a few times.
Yeah. And you've also
Oh.
talked to others who have done similar activities.
Ooh,
Okay.
natural 20.
Because this was more of a public disturbance, he would have been taking to more of, let's say, this is where like the drunks get taken to, as opposed to
Right.
the violent offenders.
So like the local pokey.
Yeah, that basically
Okay.
for a city this big, they have holding facilities. He would have been taken to
Right.
one of those for a public disturbance.
So probably the district that we were in is where he would be.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you do know that a lot of that's going to depend on, again, from personal experience and stories you've heard, you've got a little bit of, depends on how backed up they are on when they can interrogate him and how well he can
Right.
hold his tongue.
Right. Stop it.
And I honestly,
Sorry.
I'm even going to say you rolled a natural 20 on that. Since, so you outright know that you probably have somewhere around 4 hours before they finish processing and can interrogate him after an event this big.
Okay.
So
And I would know which location he'd be held at.
you would know the most likely one. I mean,
Okay.
so just using, you would say that the best thing that they could do is take him to the closest one to you, and
Okay.
you'll know where that is.
Okay. Yeah, since this was a minor thing, it'll just be the local shop, so to speak.
Right.
But I don't know how much time we're gonna have. It could be a couple hours. It could be like 4 or 5 hours. It could be an hour. I don't know. So I don't know whether we should hit the rendezvous point and then go, or if we just need to formulate. I really wish Rick was here, so we'd have to go get him.
Yeah,
I believe
none
it
of
would
you
be
were
in our
there when
interest
Frick got
if we
killed.
went to go meet up with Trilak.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know this guy that well. I mean, do you really think that we need to be? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't trust new people all that easy.
Well, I don't either. But Frick had total confidence in him, and I trust Frick.
I look at Viserys, I'm like, you do know Frick was probably pretty intoxicated when he gave that opinion.
Frick is more
Just
intelligent
saying.
and intoxicated than most people are sober.
Wow.
Wow.
Damn.
I have total faith in Frick.
Okay. Fine. Whatever. But it's kind of hard to disguise a 7-foot dog. Just saying. Oh,
What time of the day is it in the
Oh.
game?
yeah.
Let's see. Y'all started pretty early in the morning, so we're gonna say you're still around. It's not even quite noon yet. Or
Okay.
let's go ahead and say it's right around noon by this point in time. So
Okay.
that sounds.
I've
about
got
right.
an idea. I've got an idea where we can use the dog man.
All right. Well, should we confer with him, or do you want to just discuss this between us?
Well, maybe we should discuss it here first, and then we'll let him know. I mean, basically,
Okay.
it's like this. You see this? And I wave my head in disguise. I can make myself look like a city guard and take him in under the pretense of I caught him doing something so that we can find out if Michael is in there.
That might
That's as
just
far
work.
as my plan has gotten so far. But yeah, I might have to create some documents though before we do that. But I suppose we could do that when we go meet up with him.
Let me check. I may have something in my repertoire that would help us in that regard as well.
I have yeah. Yeah, I can forge documents. So, since I've seen plenty of official documents in jails, I think I can come up with something that might be,
Yes, I actually have
Passable.
a spell where I can make myself look like a city guard as well.
okay. Maybe. Well, that might be more believable if there's two of us bringing in a giant
Right.
dog guy. All right, let's get Jeslyn and see if she is capable of even being part of this plan right now.
Yeah, but my spell only lasts an hour.
I know.
So,
Yeah. Well, maybe what we do is once we get them in there, if you need to leave, you can leave. Mine lasts as long as I want it to. So,
right.
all right, let's go get Jeslyn and let's head to the Dragon's Breath Inn and see what we can come up with.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So go back out with Jeslyn. I kind of look around and kind of hesitant. And I'm like, Jeslyn?
Yeah, she's closed up the box, put the cake on the table. She's cleaned herself up.
Okay.
You okay? You okay now?
Not really.
But are you
Or-
done with the hysterics?
What are we doing?
We gotta go see if we can find where they took Michael. He's been arrested. I have a plan and an idea, but we need to get going.
What did he get arrested for anyway?
You guys weren't there. Well, when he changed into his new disguise, I changed my appearance to look like a teenage boy, a younger boy, and we were kind of playing it off like a father-son thing, so that nobody would recognize us. And when we walked outside, we saw that the guards were all walking around talking on their little sending stones, and we knew that it was going to get tricky trying to get out of there. And he suggested that maybe I should use my abilities to snag one from the guard that was just hanging out inside the tavern. So, like an idiot, I went for it. It didn't turn out. No, he was not distracted enough for me to be able to be, because it was in his hand. So I tried, but it didn't work. And when he tried to grab me, I managed to wiggle free and I took off running. And Michael was already standing outside and as it didn't work, gotta run. And next thing I knew, there was just like this massive fog cloud, which I have no idea where it came from. So that gave me a little bit of leeway, and I was able to remove the hat and make myself look different. And then I started looking for him and bumped into each other, and he cast invisibility on me. And I tried to get him to go, but the guard would not let him leave without him. I was going to try to take out the guard, but I didn't know if that'd really be a good idea. And so, yeah, that's why we're in this situation right now. He made a suggestion. I tried. It failed. Now he's in jail. So I have to get him out.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I really am.
I know. Okay.
And if anything, if I have to, I'll put myself back in that form and turn myself in so that they release him.
I don't want that
It's
either.
me. It's me they're looking for, not him. He took the fall for me, and he shouldn't have.
I don't think it happened to any of you, so... Okay. What do you need me to do?
First off, wipe the crumbs off your face.
I already cleaned myself up, punk. I already said that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you the idea that I have, at least for the first part of our plan. Maybe you'll have some insights for the rest of it. As you know, Viserys can change the way he looks. I can change the way I look.
I
If
can
we go to
too, actually.
Okay.
This increases our odds.
It does. Because if we go back to the Dragon's Breath, because that was the rendezvous point that Michael and I and Frick and Trellick had agreed upon for later. So hopefully they'll both be there. And when we get there, because Trellick is a large, scary-looking monster, even though he seems to be pretty tame, I was suggesting that one or two of us, and maybe three of us, if we can convince him to act the part of being a little scarier than what he is, we could make ourselves look like city guards and take him into the local shop and use that as our excuse to get in there to look for Michael. And that's about as far as my plan has gotten so far. So if you have any more ideas, that's awesome. But I think we should get going and hope that they're there, and then maybe we can get something hashed out, because we've got maybe a couple hours. That's it.
Well, let's stick to the shadows on the way there. Or
Yep.
tell you as much as we can.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull my hair back and pull up the hood of my cloak.
Okay.
Now I'm just going to throw my hat on and look like make myself look similar to Jeslyn, but not identical.
Okay.
You're hot.
Thank you. Everybody kept giving me crap for taking male form. Take a hot female form once. Means I can't be myself, which is the ultimate hot form, but
Yes. Agreed.
Okay.
I only gave you crap when you went around talking to everybody, and I reminded you your voice doesn't change with the disguise.
I know that. I gotta go let my dog out. I'll be right back.
Okay,
Excuse
so
me.
you all can head out, and based on where I said the dragon's breath is, go ahead and give me some intelligence rolls to see how well you know the side of the city, guys.
Okay.
Well,
Mm,
I probably don't at all because I hang out in the low life part of town.
Okay.
bad.
Told you.
All right, we're gonna say that Jeslyn was at least
Paying attention?
She wasn't. Well, she wasn't there. Yeah, she must have heard Michael talk about it at some point because she knows a little better. So yeah, we're gonna say we're now in the second hour, but you guys do manage to find where the Dragon's Breath Inn is.
This is where Trelax staying, Frick.
Mm-hmm.
Do
We walk
see
in.
anyone?
Yeah. We walk in because I don't know anything about this establishment. So
Okay. So you walk in, and it's I'm not quite going to say a boarding house, but you can tell that this is strictly for a lodging place. It's nicely furnished, but there's a reason why it's on the North Galt side, not the Upper Deld side, even though it's pretty close to the border. So it's
Okay.
it's got a nice looking sitting room, and it's nicely furnished. And there's a young woman behind the counter. Oh, can I help you?
yes, darling. I was wondering. We're looking for some friends of ours that were supposed to be coming into town. One's a rather tall, shaggy, bugbear-looking fellow, and the other is a large wolf.
Her eyes go wide, like, oh,
You've seen them.
well, I've seen one of them, but
Oh.
well, do you have a name?
Yes, his name is Trilak.
Okay, I just had to be sure in case.
He's a cleric.
Yes, I just had to be sure that you were looking for this particular werewolf and not another. You understand?
But do you have
Oh,
any
is that
werewolves
right?
that come in here?
Well,
Do you have any that come in here?
well, no, but I'm not supposed to just send people to rooms on descriptions. It's management's rule.
And
So-
sweetie, he's not a werewolf. He's just a large talking wolf. That's all.
How did you know he's a cleric?
Okay. She just gives you the room number and points you, upstairs.
His clothing,
Thank you.
his
Really?
attire.
You can
Well,
tell. Okay.
Yeah, we'll walk upstairs. You guys can talk while we walk.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
So, yeah.
Maybe he just likes that outfit.
maybe. We'll soon find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get up to the door and I'll kind of listen first and see if I hear anybody in there.
Give me a perception roll.
Okie dokie.
While she has her ear to the door, I knock.
And you were momentarily deafened by the knock.
That's why she didn't hear anything.
Oh, what? Sorry.
We're gonna call that the disadvantage one. Your ears were ringing slightly.
Sorry.
Right, like if you're
It's
in there, you just heard a knock, followed up by an "Ow! What are you doing?"
Come in.
I'll go in.
I go in.
And I'm the last one in because I look behind us, make sure nobody's out there.
Nope, the hallway was empty.
Shut the door, and I'll stand against the door.
Hello.
Trilak. Where's our friend Frick?
What happened to Freck?
Your friend Frick, unfortunately, was very intoxicated. Moving him was.
Frick.
Did something happen?
No. Miss, do not worry.
Oh, he just did what he does. He overindulged.
He's into his
I-
cups again.
Are you sure he's okay?
Yes, I bought him a room at the other place that we were at earlier, and I made sure no breakables were in the same room as him, and I've paid for him to have drinks and wine sent up to his room to prevent him from trying to get more. I think the establishment would like to keep their doors on the hinges.
And you're much smarter than you look.
Well, thank you. That is compliment.
Are you a cleric? Or do you just like the outfits?
I am cleric, yes. How did you know?
Well, he said you were a cleric because of your clothes. I thought maybe you just liked the outfit. Okay, we have a plan.
So, yeah, we're pretty sure that Michael was taken away, but
I saw.
you did.
Unfortunately,
Could you
yes.
recognize him?
Depending on if his disguise was magical or not, I could probably.
No, it was just a disguise kit.
Yeah, because I saw several people being taken, but I could not recognize Michael amongst them.
So, then yes, I could. But
Did you happen to see which direction they were going from the tavern?
I could not. It was. I could just barely see out of the tavern before I was told to stay inside.
Well, if you could tell us the direction, I'm sure Rihanna would figure out where they took him.
Maybe we could just ask a guard. Where would they take the prisoners?
I don't want to go asking guards that.
No.
Well,
Especially if our plan is to come to fruition, we as guards should not be asking other guards where the prison is at. We should know.
I'm not in disguise yet.
is this going to be a similar plan to your friends? Because if it is, please do not involve me unless I am fully informed.
Okay, so here's the plan, since you said that. I know where the local places that they take people for minor infractions like this. It's nearby. And, hi, Kitty. We all have the ability to change ourselves to look like whatever we want. And you obviously stand out.
You're scary.
I apologize.
No,
you
it's okay.
You stand out, and a lot of people in this town are probably a little unnerved by your appearance.
Cattail's killing me. I'm sorry. Carrie just looks like she get whacked in the face. I'm sorry.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Sorry, go ahead.
Pay attention to me, woman.
Yeah, he just went and laid in his basket. Now he'll leave me alone. So we were thinking, if we disguise ourselves to look like guards, and if you are willing to help us, we could take you in pretending to be somebody that we picked up for something and bringing you in. And that would get us all...
look rabid and vicious and... Can you do that?
You mean like you eating cake?
I was not... Jess's face goes really pink.
I see multiple problems with
I'm just
plan.
teasing you, Jesslyn. I'm learning to have a sense of humor.
Thank God.
Problem number one.
Yes.
I've already talked to God. They know about me, and I'm pretty easy to see.
Maybe you have a mental disorder.
Jesslyn, you sound like Ellie.
Oh, sorry.
That's fantastic. No, I like it. Let's keep it going.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Maybe
So
you
they
have a
already
mental
know
disorder.
your face.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm only Wolfkin in town, but that is besides the point. Problem number two. I saw, well, I could, after seeing your friend be dragged away, I saw what I assumed to be magic casters. So, let's say, for example, that a magic caster like myself was taken into jail. I'm sure they would have precautions to prevent me from using my abilities such as to escape. So if you want to take me in, that would lead to that would just be another person in jail, and that would end up with no good outcome.
Maybe we should all
Okay.
just get arrested.
Huh?
That is another problem. If you are found impersonating God and caught, they are likely to throw you in jail and
Well,
even more
yeah,
likely to
they'll send us
execute
to
you.
Victor. They'll send us to Victor, and he'll decide what he wants to do with us. Been there, done that.
So,
Do you
What?
think did they send Michael to Victor?
Probably not yet. Like I said, it was a minor infraction. It's just a disturbance.
What if they figure out who he is?
Well, that's why time is of the essence.
He's so stupid.
Yes, your friend is rather lacking in intelligence. Have you actually considered to get him diagnosed by fellow cleric? If he does actually have brain damage, I could probably do something to help with that, but you might want to get that checked out by someone more efficient than him.
Yeah, we'll have that done as soon as we get him back safely.
Good. I would
Safely.
highly recommend it.
Safely is a relative term, though, Trilak. This is something you need to understand about us.
Just
Seems
Trilak
to
have
be
a
the-
tail.
Yes.
During this conversation, I'm going to just get a really hard yank.
Hey, please do not do that.
Cheslin!
Well, I was just seeing if he could be mad looking. Did they make you mad?
No, it is. I used to have my tail tugged when I was a cub. It's playful, but it is
Oh.
a nuisance. If
Oh, sorry. I was just, sorry.
it is fine. If you want me to look rabbit,
I'm going to lean over to mess with her and whisper, that's sort of a mating thing. You probably just told him that you had a thing for him.
I walk over to stand by Viserys.
That's what I thought.
If I may inquire, which god do you serve?
I serve the god of thunder and war, Thor.
Nice.
Okay.
And of course, I've heard of Thor, haven't I? All the reading that I've done.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the major deities, and you would know of most of them, or at least you're passively familiar with the various deities.
Yes. Okay.
It is my
Well,
job.
see, he serves a good deity.
Hmm.
It is my job as a cleric to Thor to be the lightning bolt that shines the way for other people to see and guide
Okay,
them through
okay.
the
So you think we have a problem taking you into this place because of magic, blah, blah, blah. What's your plan then? Because I got nothing else. And we're running out of time, dude.
Well, have you been inside this facility, Rihanna?
Not
Would
this
you know
exact
if they have magic diffusing spells there?
Well, he's probably right, because if I'm not mistaken, whatever they put on Michael for Shekels probably had some was probably imbued with some sort of anti-magic stuff.
Yeah, we're just
So-
going to go with your path. That 20 you rolled. You know that cold iron shackles which are meant to restrain magic users of all varieties. It's pretty standard fare when they got, especially an issue that was caused by magic, like what you saw.
You mean the fog cloud?
Yes,
Okay.
they know that wasn't natural.
Yeah. And the thing is I still don't know because I haven't mentioned it yet in
you
our
just know
conversation.
that
I
a
still
fog cloud came out of nowhere, and when somebody and occasionally, some prankster starts throwing around illusions. Cold iron shackles they're not the most common, but they are certainly common enough that they would have been, everybody would have had a pair handy.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So
Especially
if we
since-
were to go inside with our magical illusions, they would be dispelled once we stepped inside this building?
Would I know that?
I'm going to need a second roll for that one because
Okay. Because I'm not sure how that would.
that disguise hat is new to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
you know that there is there's enough runes that are sort of built into these facilities to make.
If nothing else, I'll say if nothing else, I can probably detect if magic is being used.
Yeah, if it may not be strong enough to cancel it, but it'll disrupt it enough that you'd be noticed if you tried to walk in while in disguise.
Yeah, I don't. He's right.
So-
I guess I was just in a big rush because, like I said, I still don't know why they took him away because he didn't do anything. I was the one who tried to snatch the thing, and then when we were trying to take off, this like fog cloud came out of nowhere.
What?
We tried to get away.
Why don't you just let me try talking to a guard and see what I can find out? What's it gonna hurt?
That is good option. Very good
I guess,
option.
yeah. Find out if he's there. Find out what they're holding him for, and if there's anything we can do. I guess, yeah. I guess that'd probably work. I mean, I suppose if you wanted, you could pose as like, say as his wife, and he hadn't come home yet, and you were worried, so you're checking the different jails to see if you can find him.
Could you, just in case, could you tell me what he looked like in disguise? In case it comes up, I might have to describe him.
Had he changed into the dirtier clothes yet, Andy? I don't remember.
I think that
Because he'd gone in and came out in a little less fancy clothes.
Yeah, I do recall him. Since I don't remember exactly what he's wearing, but Trilak, go ahead and give me a history roll with advantage, and we'll see how well you remember.
Because I was there too. I don't remember exactly what he was wearing.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna say you're able to describe how you last saw him, and just for the sake of me not having to go back and try to remember, we'll just say, Jeslyn, you can very easily describe what he was wearing at the time. I think he was going for an older man look, but that's really all I recall. I think he was going for an older commoner type look.
So like he was that disguised as the father to
Yes.
Rihanna's character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he wearing a wig?
I don't recall, honestly.
If I
If
may,
he's not wearing a wig, we could easily identify him by his white head,
Oh.
regardless of his
I think he
face.
was. I want to say he probably did.
I'm going to
But
say
that's
that he would have had enough makeup in that disguise kit to do whatever he wanted.
Probably
But he
had
had
it
a short time, and I don't remember. His role was just good enough that it wasn't obvious he was in makeup. Now, Matt, what were you just trying to say?
if I may, I can identify people by smell, just not out in open. Like, I can right now identify you all individually just by your scent. And by
Even
the
though I don't
pacing
look
of
like
your-
me.
Yes, but out in city, loud noises and bad smells clog my ability to do so. So if you could just get me inside, then I could easily identify him without having to even go through the process. But
Yeah, but if we take you in there,
I could go in as cleric. Simple.
I'm just gonna go ask. I'll be right back.
wait, you don't know where it's at.
Oh.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
That's a very interesting ability.
What, going
Yes.
with me?
No. His olfactory senses.
Oh,
Well, he's a wolf.
sorry, I'm...
Yes. If I could simply walk in and say I was sent by my temple as a person for these people to pray to forgiveness for their crimes before they are fully judged. Last
It
words.
may work. May not work. Who knows?
But
You want to try?
again,
That's fine. But
if Jeslyn, miss, I do believe that is your name, Jeslyn.
Yes.
If you'd wish to talk to God, may I accompany you?
No.
Understood.
Why do you want to... Why? I don't want to draw a bunch of attention. If a whole group of us goes, it'll be...
yeah,
Rihanna's just going to get me close.
yeah. I mean, I can change my appearance again to look a little younger. Or how old does Jocelyn look? Sorry.
She's early 20s.
Okay. Yeah, I can't make myself look that young.
With the
I can-
disguise
well, I-
kit, you can look
Well-
anything within a foot of what you naturally. No, actually, that's alter self. Disguise.
Yeah.
I'll look it
It's
up.
fine. You know what? I'll just stick with what I did with what I said because, like I said, I look similar to her. I could just be like her sister coming with her because she's worried about can't find him. That'll work. Don't you think, Jez?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, if you guys want to come part way with us, but don't actually go all the way with us, that's fine.
Carrie, just for
We
the
could
record,
trail back away.
you can be anywhere from 1 foot taller or shorter, and your disguise can basically be anything humanoid. It just needs to keep
Okay.
your basic shape. You can appear thinner or fatter, but
Okay.
it needs to be somewhere within what you naturally are.
Okay.
But
And I'm
age
trying to
is
remember.
not a requirement.
Honestly, you can just hang back. I can talk to them.
Okay.
I just need you to show me.
I
where it is.
just. Okay. Yeah. I just don't want you. I just don't want you getting into a spot. That's all.
Well, I don't. I'll be fine.
Look. I've already let Michael get in a situation he doesn't need to be in. I'm not going to let you get in one too.
No,
I'm not going to have that on my conscience too.
Just let me try, please.
All right.
Okay.
Would you possibly need to bail him out of the jail with money?
I don't know. Just let me talk.
I've got money.
Find out.
I've got money.
All I want to do is just find some information. That's all.
Then I shall wait here. If you wish for me to find another place, I will remain here otherwise.
Just stay with Viserys.
I have money as well if you require some.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what we can find out first.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
All right. All right.
Okay. Good point of clarification. Are you looking for the first guard you can talk to, or are you heading to where you believe he was taken?
I'm going to take her to where I think he might have been taken.
Okay. I'm going to say by the time you get there, we are in hour 3.
Damn. Okay.
Well, it's, it's
I
a
know.
big city, so.
I know.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to just stay out here? You want me to go? I won't say anything. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Are the guards outside?
It's a busy station. People are kind of coming and going. Some are guards, some are not.
Could you just stay close and just in case if something happens to me, that way you can get back to Sirius.
Okay.
I don't think anything's gonna happen. I promise. I don't try to start trouble.
I know. That's why I said I'll keep my mouth shut.
Out of character, does Jesslyn wear any armor?
No.
No? Okay, well then, before you leave, Jesslyn, let me do something for you.
Okay.
And I will cast Mage Armor on.
Okay. Well, that was no problem. You could have done that easily.
Just in case. It's better safe than sorry.
True.
Okay.
What's your dex modifier?
3, and I have a cloak of protection too.
Nice.
So
Okay.
17 armor class.
So I'm at 17 AC now.
So just so
Damn.
I'm going to start pulling up just some random things while we're talking because I
Okay.
don't have a whole lot of just random people here. So, Jesslyn, you were going to go in by yourself. Rihanna
I was
was going to stay outside.
I was going to approach a guard. If I think she was trying to keep hidden, but with
Okay.
me in her eyesight, so she could.
That's fine. So your goal was to talk to someone outside, or were you going
Yes.
inside?
For now, I want to talk to you. I imagine there's guards that would keep me from going inside anyway, so
Well,
I'm just gonna walk up to a guard.
okay. Yeah, it's easy to catch somebody who is coming out.
Okay.
So, sure. You tell me how this goes. How do you start off this conversation?
Hello, excuse me.
Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm so sorry to disturb you. I was just wondering, I know there was a commotion this morning.
Yes.
Well, I think my uncle might have got himself in trouble, and I was just kind of wondering if you could help me with the process. Maybe if is there a fee to get him released, or
Well, you can come inside and speak with the clerk. They will have more information than I do. I was just reporting for duty myself. I'm happy to show you the way.
okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Sure. He's a gentleman. He opens the door for you. And the clerk is quite literally, the first desk in there.
As he's leading me, I'd like to subtly, like, kind of put my hand behind my back and make a beckoning gesture at Rihanna.
Okay. We'll see if she saw that when she gets back to her computer.
Okay.
Oh, I can hear you. I'm listening. Yeah.
We're going to say that probably wasn't a hard thing for you to see.
All right.
But-
I'll roll for you anyway.
Sure. Well, thank you. That's rather
I'm
kind.
just trying to get my dinner. I haven't eaten dinner.
That's fine. I don't plan on this being a long session.
Perception?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. You.
Of course I saw it.
Nice.
Because I was staring at her.
Quick question before you get too far into what you're doing. Are you going to go inside also, or are you just going to sort of stand near the doorway?
I will approach the doorway and just kind of check out how busy it is inside and if I would be too obvious or not. And if it looks like I can go in and just kind of stand off to the side quietly, I will.
Okay, I'm going to say that it is fairly busy. There's a lot of people coming and going.
So they probably wouldn't notice.
No, but my second question, are you still in disguise when you do this?
Oh, God. Yes, I was.
Okay. Just let me check.
Shit.
Your disguise does start to flicker, and it does get someone's attention as he turns to you.
Oh, God. I'm going to just turn around and walk away.
And he's going to fall, Miss,
Yes.
what illusion are you trying to walk around in?
I'm sorry. I just was shit out of character. I got nothing.
Run. Run.
He is being polite.
I know.
So,
Well, I apologize. It's that I've noticed since I've come to this city that my actual form tends to make some people uncomfortable. So I was just trying to look a little less like a threat. I don't mean anybody any harm, of course.
and he's sort of, straightening up and got his hand on his sword belt. Miss, please drop the illusion.
All right, I'll take the hat off.
Okay, so you appear to him in your natural form.
As a tiefling, at sea.
Why
Some
were you
people-
walking into the guard station in disguise?
I was just hoping that I could find my my friend.
Is she close enough that I can hear this?
Yeah, I'm going to say that this is she started trying to get back out. We're going to say
I
that if you
probably
wanted
only
to go
took
to
about
the
a step or
doorway
two.
right quick, you could hear.
Yeah, you said the clerk was like the first thing right there, so I wasn't sure how close I was.
Basically, like she walked in, it started to flicker, and then I imagine she just turned and walked right back out. And so it wouldn't be hard for you to just sort of like have propped the door open.
Okay, I'm gonna just turn around and go, Rihanna, there you are.
Oh, good. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I lost you.
Sorry,
Okay.
I got a little ahead of you.
Yeah, no,
Miss-
that's fine. That's fine, dear.
So she is with you, Miss. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Why was your friend trying to sneak into a guard station while in disguise?
I don't think she was, like she said, people
Wasn't
get
sneaking.
nervous around her. She's
It
a little
also
sensitive
makes
about
guards
that.
nervous when you walk around in disguise.
I'm sorry, sir. She didn't mean any harm.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Jeslyn.
God.
What? I don't get to do it.
You get to do it too, but you weren't at your computer.
Okay, I am now.
Okay.
Oh, why?
Jesus!
Oh my God.
Shit. We're in trouble.
Fortunately for you guys, his wisdom roll was particularly low also.
Oh, thank God.
So he gives you each a hard glare and says,
I won't do it again. I promise. I swear. I was a little nervous here because of the way I look. I've heard stories about things happening just based on looks. I mean,
We're very sorry.
I
apologize.
He puts up his hands. In the future, please be aware that when you walk into a building like this and the runes start to identify you as being disguised, people react badly, especially on a day like this.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Now, pointing to Rihanna, he says, I'm going to ask you to please wait outside because we've already got enough issues going on in there. And he turns to you, Jocelyn. You may go on in. I will stand here with your friend.
Okay.
Rachel profiling.
I'm gonna go to give Rihanna a hug.
Okay, that's not a problem.
Okay.
And as I'm hugging her, I'm gonna whisper in her ear, "What name did he use?"
Give me a stealth roll.
Shit.
He's not that far away. He's literally right next to you guys.
No,
20.
I know.
Ooh,
but the thing
nice.
This was on Jeslyn, not you. Okay. Now,
no, what I was say is, I don't know what name Michael may have given them. He
Okay.
never gave a fake name to us. I have no idea.
Okay, so I'm gonna just imagine she goes,
Yeah, we're going to go more with your
Yeah.
stealth roll on this one. So, okay, yeah, he doesn't hear anything. He's trying to make sure that, he's trying to prevent misunderstandings more than anything.
Right.
So, Jeslyn, you may go in. Rihanna, he is going to stand there with you.
That's fine.
I'll be fine.
Tell you,
Okay.
guys you make every simple thing such a challenge.
I wasn't thinking when I said I
That's
wasn't
sort of the
okay?
problem.
I'm a little distracted. I'm
I'm glad I actually considered going in disguise, so I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, good thing.
Yeah.
I will go in.
Okay, you're able to go in. Like I said, there's a clerk up in the front room. Looks a little bit overworked at the moment. He's an older guy. So, Jeslyn, how would you like to do this?
Hello, sir.
Yes. What is it?
Sir, you look quite busy. I just, the guard said I could talk to you. There was a disturbance earlier, and
Yes,
I think
hence all the work.
yes. I just wondered. I think my uncle may have gotten himself in a little trouble. I wonder what the process was. I mean, is there a way to get him out? Is there a fee? Is there? I mean,
Hey.
could I see him or?
What is your uncle's name?
Okay, out of character. Would I know any sort of alias he may have used in the past, or when he used this commonly or anything?
No, when you knew him, he was very much. What is his actual name? Michael Bradshaw or
Yes.
Bradmore? He was very big on using his name as often as possible.
Shit. Okay.
And now the clerk's sort of looking up at you expectantly.
Michael
Last name?
Bradmore.
He goes through. He is still in line to be interrogated. Apparently, he lied to a guard while under a truth spell. Something about. I don't know. I can't read the handwriting here, but I'm sorry. Until he's been fully processed, we can't do anything. We are trying to get these people out as efficiently as possible. But some of them decided that they didn't want to cooperate, and we have to deal with it.
He's got mental issues.
We do have
Well-
a few drunks in here.
I believe it. Well, I mean, what should I tell it? My aunt, his wife. What should we tell?
That we will process him as quickly as we can, and if he cooperates, then there might be a small fine depending on exactly why he was lying to an officer.
Should I come back at a specific time, or should I?
I'm afraid I don't have any information. We will release him if it is possible, or we will send a messenger when we have something more.
Is there a way I can see him?
I'm afraid we can't let anyone in there right now. There's
Okay.
just too much influx right now. Tomorrow things will be calmer.
I mean, he's not in really big trouble, right?
Miss, if he cooperates and if he had,
I mean, he doesn't mean anything. He's really gentle, I promise.
make a persuasion roll.
Shit.
Are you actually doing the crying, or how much are you breaking down? Make this a performance roll, actually.
Oh God. 13.
It's like, Miss, just please calm yourself, okay?
I'm sorry, it's just been a really stressful day, and I
It's
just
been
worry
a very
about him.
stressful day here as well. So
And if he doesn't get his medication,
we are trained to handle
sir.
these sort of situations. No one in here is showing any signs of any illness. Okay? So please just
could you at least tell me where they'll be taking him?
if he cooperates, and if it was a minor issue, like for example, some people decided they just were tired of being held in line and refused to talk, we'll probably let him off with a warning. But I can't say, because I am not an interrogator. I am an overworked clerk, and you are a crying girl standing in front of me.
Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I know we're all stressed today, so
Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Are you there, Viserius?
Carrie, turn off your vibrator.
Okay. I don't know who that was.
Sorry about that. I had an incoming call.
No problem. It was just really confusing all of a sudden.
Okay, well, thank you for your help, sir.
Yes. Have a good day. And like I said, if your uncle.
If you see my uncle, please tell him that I'm worried about him. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you.
And he goes back to his work.
Okay, I walk out like fuck. Do I see Rihanna and I go out?
Yeah, she's still right there. Guard just standing next to her.
I'm drying tears as I come out.
Right.
Oh, honey, are you okay? And I take her in a big hug. How did you find out?
Now, Rihanna, during that whole scene, the guard was, just sort of talking to you.
Yes.
So it's like, not everyone minds, people of different races. I know tensions have been a little high right now, but it's okay to be yourself.
Well, I'm so glad you said that, sweetie.
So yeah, he's basically going to spend the next couple of minutes flirting until Jesselyn comes out, because
Awesome.
he rolled pretty high on his charisma.
Great.
So
All right.
all right, so Jesselyn comes out and is like, all right, if there's anything else we can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna grab her hand and start walking away as he's talking.
Did I catch his name by chance?
Sure. His name was Alfred.
See ya, Alfred. And I give him a wink as we go away.
Did you give him your name? Or did you give him
Did
a
I?
name? Yeah.
I gave him a name. I didn't give him
Okay.
my name.
What name did you give him?
Oh, wait. She called me by my name. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Never mind. He knows my name.
Good meeting you. This is what
Bye.
waits after you.
Okay. So I follow her.
Okay.
She's okay. And I'm gonna wait till we get
Yeah,
out of earshot of other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not hard. He goes back to work. He kind of watches. He watches you leave, and then he goes.
I will walk my fancy walk then.
Yeah,
to look at.
he's definitely appreciating the view, and then he goes back to work.
Mm-hmm. Men, they're all the same. Anyway, all right. What'd you?
I'm sorry, but no, you flirt and you get attention. So
Yep, I know. What can I say?
okay, sorry, got to justify the guys.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So we get away from there.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I tell her let's wait a couple blocks at least before we start talking about anything.
Okay.
Once we get away, so
Well,
deal.
he pretty much said that he can't tell us anything except that if he cooperates, he hasn't been interrogated yet. And if he cooperates, then he'll probably get let out with a warning and maybe a small fine. But
Oh shit!
I mean, this is Michael. He's not. Gonna
I know. Oh, I know. Actually, I have a really bad feeling of what he's doing. To be honest.
He wouldn't tell me where he was being held or anything. I even turned on the tears.
I know. I heard. So one time I won't be upset with you for bawling your eyes out.
Not my best.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. The truth of the matter is, I know he's not stupid. He could have gotten out of that, been able to be released.
Maybe we should just wait.
Do you think he did it on purpose?
Why would he do that? You know what? I wouldn't put it past him, but why would he do that?
Think about it. Where did I meet him? I met him in the dungeon with Victor and what Victor did to us. And we know that Victor and the king are... I just hope he doesn't do something stupid.
Well, you can count on him to do something stupid.
True. Again, he's a man.
I don't understand what he's doing. He has a family.
Yeah, about that. Tell me a little bit more about that because, he never really said a whole lot. I mean, you say he has a family, but he can't be with Angela. Was that her name?
Yes. Her father's not really a fan.
Okay. And his daughter,
Layla.
how old is she?
She's almost 9.
And when was the last time he saw her?
Probably when she was maybe 2 or 3. But they talk.
I know.
And
I
she
think-
loves him. And Angela's like a sister to me.
I know.
She was always really good to me, even though, she was highborn and I wasn't.
Those kind of people are rare.
They are. She's rare. That's why I'm so worried about him. She'd be devastated. And he doesn't even act like he cares or has any sense. I don't understand. How am I going to tell this little girl that her father was so reckless and didn't take her into consideration? Or
You don't. You don't tell her that.
I have to if he gets himself killed.
But you don't have to. It doesn't have to be the brutal truth.
I know.
It can be. You can relay the information in a way that is going to traumatize her as much.
I did not have to relay that information at all.
Well, then let's not talk about that. Then let's figure out a way to get him out. We've got to.
What do you think the chances are that he's going to cooperate?
Honestly,
Yeah.
depends on what his motive was for getting arrested in the first place. Because he had every opportunity to leave with me.
I feel that too. He's been so reckless.
He just wants to take out the king so that he doesn't have to worry about Angela becoming his. He's not looking at everything else, I'm afraid.
I can tell you right now, Angel does not want to marry the king.
Well, I understand. I don't think anybody would. I don't know.
I can't get him to listen to me. And you know what's going to happen? He's going to get himself killed, and she's going to marry him anyway. And then Layla's going to have a new father, and not the right one. But I can't get him to see that.
I know.
I'm sorry. I know I'm a mess.
No, you're good.
I feel like he's my family too.
Yeah. I really wish I could switch places with him right now.
Me too. I don't want Layla to not have her dad.
Swear to God, if he still sent back to the dungeon.
After seeing what happened to those priests, I'm so scared.
Well, it depends on whether or not he opens a bunch of stupid stuff or if he just acts like an idiot and they figure he doesn't know anything and they let him go. Who knows?
We're just in over her head.
I know. I want to help you because I don't want this to happen to her either.
Thank you. Do you really feel like we can trust the wolf?
I think if he thinks he has a reason to help us, I think he would. I don't know.
How do we know he's not like some kind of spy for Victor?
Oh, I could find that out.
Anybody can get cleric vestments.
Yeah.
And say the right thing. How do we know we can trust him?
Well, we just don't discuss this stuff in front of him. We discuss a plan to get Michael out, but we don't discuss a plan about anything involving Victor or the king.
Okay.
Because I want to be the one that takes Victor out. That's the whole reason I came to this stupid town.
What happened? If you want to tell me, you don't have to.
Victor took someone from me. He used him in his sick experiments to test this rage.
Oh.
And I swear to his sister that I would write this.
He's gotta be stopped. We have to think about the long.
I know. That's the thing. It's like I didn't tell anybody about this. That's the whole reason why I joined on with Michael in this silly thing with the king, because I knew it would get me close to Victor. But I don't want to see Victor or the king be the reason for anybody else to lose people that they love.
I just think we need to think about a bigger picture here.
Oh yeah, I agree.
For now, maybe we should just wait it out. Because I'm afraid if we keep trying to sneak around and lie our way into getting Michael out, I'm afraid we're just going to get ourselves into a deeper hole.
Yeah, well, now that they've seen form with action, they might have to be more careful. Unfortunately, I think I left quite a impression on Alfred. You think they've never seen a tiefling before?
I think you leave an impression on everyone.
I guess I am quite impressive. Do me a favor, though.
Yeah.
Don't tell any of the others about my reason for being here.
I promise.
I don't want to share it. That's
I'll keep your secret.
well, that's why the stuff happened with Malik and the temple. Because he knew why I was here. He's in love with my sister. He always was. He just never acted on it. So when he knew that they had hurt her and killed brother, he kind of went off the deep end. So they used him as an excuse to do what they did. And I'm really sorry. I never wanted all those people to get killed.
Of course not.
I just want Victor and his children dead.
Yes. I'm gonna help. I want my family safe too.
Okay. All right. Well, looks like we're here. I guess we go back up and we tell the boys what we know.
Alright, it looks like Pete had to step away for a moment, but I'm going to say Viserys and Trilak, if y'all want to have any conversation.
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm going to stop before we go in. I'm going to stop and use prestidigitation to like clean up our tears and any kind of make us look more presentable.
Yeah. I'm going to say, because the only reason I hate to sort of, gloss over big conversations, but, I did want to sort of wrap everything up so that way we could all get ready for whatever we're doing tomorrow too. And so if y'all want to have a conversation along the way, or if you want it to be what you just typed out.
What's going on tomorrow?
You mean Sunday?
Well, I figure like some of you have jobs tomorrow.
Yeah.
I didn't want to run all night, and Critical Role is tonight, so I didn't think this would be like a 4 or 5 hour session like we sometimes play. Now,
right.
I'm aiming for like maybe another hour and a half range. So I'm not trying to rush through. So if y'all want to talk, or if you want it to be the typed out message, the paragraph Matt just dropped in.
Oh God! Please say it so we can sit here in silence and read it.
Well,
Do you want me to read it?
Yes.
However you want to handle it.
My deity is the god, Thor. He is the god of war and storms. As a follower of him, it is my duty to aid those who are going through hardship. This is why I want to help you and your friends. I understand if they do not trust me yet, but it is part of my teaching. I am to prepare people for the oncoming storm that is life. I am to be the lightning bolt that lights the way through the law. Lightning... Fucking stop typing! I am to be the lightning bolt that lights the way for those lost in the dark. I cast that fog cloud so that your friends were able to get away. But your friend, Michael, seems to be incredibly reckless and uncaring for the rest of his pack. He reminds me of a cub I knew who was part of my pack. Such a stupid little cub, but he had a heart. He had a pure heart. I sense a bond between you all, much stronger than anything I've ever known.
So unless y'all want to have some more conversation, we can say that the girls have come back. That's up to you guys.
Yeah, the girls come back.
Okay.
They walk in as they hear Viserys asking Trilak if he's susceptible to silver.
I am not a werewolf. I am wolfkin.
And we're going to say that we are now in hour 4.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I look like the beast werewolf, but
Knock on
I
the
am
door.
not. It seems we have company. Please come in.
Go in.
Hey, guys.
So what did you find out?
Jocelyn, you want to tell them?
Well, I spoke to the clerk. He said that he wasn't finished processing him yet. He had to be interrogated still, and if it was a minor infraction and he cooperates, that he'll probably be let go with a warning and possibly a fine. But they wouldn't tell me anything more than that.
What was the infraction he was arrested for?
I don't know that she asked.
Didn't ask.
And they probably wouldn't have told us anyway.
Actually, he did tell you that he was arrested for lying to the guards
Oh,
while
right,
under a
right.
truth spell.
Oh, yeah.
Lying to the guards while under a truth spell.
Typical Michael.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and give you this one last piece because this was pretty recent to you. He did mention that several other people were also arrested for either lying or just refusing to cooperate.
Okay. So that doesn't single him out, really.
Right. So
Hopefully he's smart enough to cooperate.
But here's the problem.
Let's hope he keeps his mouth shut.
Well, the problem is that Rihanna thinks that he might have done it on purpose.
For what purpose?
To get close to Victor.
I think he's probably feeling an immense amount of guilt about what happened at the temple because of what we did.
The temple.
So he's going to single-handedly try to take Victor out himself? That's
I don't know.
foolish.
I know. I don't know. I just don't understand why he'd run when we had the opportunity. There was this fog cloud that came out of nowhere. And we had the opportunity to go.
That was me.
Oh, that was you. How did they not catch you doing that?
I'm a very large wolf.
I assume he ran.
I'm a very large wolf. It is very simple to block sight of someone who is literally standing behind you.
Point taken.
So he hid in plain sight.
I simply did not show him what my hand was doing, and I cast a spell. I'm sorry, I have to ask. The temple to Bahamut.
It's our fault.
Well, although they are not worshippers to my god, it is still very distressing.
Every death is a tragedy.
That is true.
I look at Viserys. I'm sorry I ate most of the cake. I stressed.
That's quite all right. Quite all right. I jest. I'm trying to learn humor.
I should have left more. I meant for us to share it. Sorry.
Yeah, I think we have more important matters on hand than cake.
Right. Sorry.
So,
Do we notice her sneaking out?
Roll me a stealth. It's a small room, so at disadvantage. Guys, give me a counter perception. Oh, well, no, wait. This would be
Passive.
Yeah. Okay, Viserys, your passive is higher. So yeah, you see her trying to sneak out.
Where are you going?
I just walk out. I'm not even trying to hide it at this point. I just take off.
Okay.
I think we should just wait it out, see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. And were my calculations correct? Did the disguises work going in there, or were they dispelled?
Oh, you were right. Rihanna was caught, but luckily she's charming. She had the guard eating out of her hand.
That doesn't surprise me.
I don't know what to do.
Where do you think she went?
She needs to be alone.
Well, let's hope she doesn't go and try to break Michael out on her own.
I don't think she will. I think she just wanted to be.
So let's jump over to Rihanna. Where did you go?
To go break Michael out.
Almost certainly, but that's
No. all this stuff just it's getting to her.
Okay.
The discussion with Jeslyn about what happened to Silas
Mhm.
and Zahara and Malik, what happened at the temple, and then when Trilak started to say something about it, she's there's so much grief and so much guilt and so much just feeling lost right now.
Mhm.
That when she took off out of there, she headed to the temple district to go to the Temple of Palar
Okay.
in disguise.
Yeah. Okay. We will. We'll jump back over to you in a moment. So we'll stay with the rest of the party. What conversations do you want to have during this time?
Should we just go back to your home?
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys want to have?
We
any
can leave a
conver-
message with the clerk downstairs. If Rihanna comes back, that we left back for my estate.
Okay.
I bought the room for the night, and I know that you do not fully trust me. So
You're welcome at my establishment,
you say
but
that.
if you wish to stay here,
I kind of give Viserys an uneasy look when he says that.
And I look at Jeslyn. Not all of you trust me, and that is understandable. We've only met literally a couple hours ago, so I understand. I will remain here. If you need me, I'll
we
be
know
here.
where to look for you. Very
Yes.
well.
And if you cannot find me here, you'll find me at the Temple to Thor. You're welcome there. Anytime.
Thank you. And Viserys will look to Jocelyn. Shall we?
I just nod.
Okay.
Stay safe. Both of you.
Pleasant evening. And we leave.
Okay. So you're headed back to Goldleaf Manor.
Yes.
Do you have any conversation along the way?
Sure.
I'll ask Jocelyn if she'd like me to buy her. Would you like me to buy you another cake?
I think I had enough cake.
We could all share this one.
Yes.
Okay. Very well.
You know, I can pay. I can buy it. Do you really feel like you could trust him?
I trust Frick.
Well, I trust Frick too. But
Frick
just-
seems to have a good head on his shoulders.
okay. But
I mean, he
Frick-
didn't.
But
He
Frick
he
is
didn't
also
know
drunk
me.
99% of the time.
yes. I mean, he didn't know me either, but he
I
accepted me into his group.
I think. Well, here's my thing. I was talking to Rihanna, and what if he was sent to spy on us? We don't know him. He just showed up out of nowhere. How do we even know he's really a cleric? And wasn't that fog cloud spell what caused all the chaos? I mean,
Well,
maybe
he was just trying to help
maybe he
Brianna
was
and
trying
Michael
to help.
escape.
Maybe, or maybe he's just saying that. Maybe he actually did it to cause chaos. I'm just saying we don't know for sure. I just think we should be careful. I don't know him, and I don't know. I wish you wouldn't trust him so easily.
Well, I never said I trusted him. I just said I accepted him. There is a difference. We'll keep an eye on him.
Be careful about.
As I said
letting-
previously, if he proves me wrong, we can dispose of him easily.
I don't. You see how big he is? He's huge. He could probably
Yeah, I have supposed to
bite
counteract
me in
that.
half.
You saw what I did to Victor's daughter,
Oh,
and she was even bigger.
please don't remind me of that.
Don't worry, we can handle him.
Just be careful about letting him into your home, okay? Please.
I will, for your sake.
Thanks. You can pick the flavor this time.
Really? So we'll look for the cake shop, see if it's still open.
Okay, yeah, it is definitely early enough that you can stop by and get another cake.
Okay.
So while you guys are shopping, we'll jump over to Rihanna.
Okay. I was very upset because of my conversation with Jeslyn on the way back to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I had to openly say that what happened at the Temple of Bahamut was our fault, it just all kind of hit. And then when he started to say something about it, Rihanna felt like he was going to maybe read her the riot act like everybody else has about it so far. And she has a reputation to protect, so she wasn't going to break down and bawl like a big sissy in front of them.
Okay.
So that's why she left. And she didn't know where exactly she was going to go, but she just kind of, I mean, she, you know, at least remembered to make herself not look like herself, so she still made her look like I did when I left there with Jeslyn. So
Okay.
I just basically looked like, you know, a human female.
Okay.
And I just kind of wonder, and because I'm just thinking, and I'm trying to figure out what to do, and I end up finding myself of the temple to Paylor. And I just kind of laughed to myself. I think it's kind of funny that even intentionally doing that, that's where I ended up at. And she'll go inside. She'll go find a little quiet spot and sit and just kind of think and have a conversation with Silas.
Okay.
You're like,
What do you say to Silas?
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Caused nothing but problems here. I came here to avenge. Instead, I got people murdered. Destroyed a whole temple. It was never my intention. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether just to leave and go back to the Zohara. I feel like I can't. As much as I try not to care. Because people actually matter to me now. And one of them's in jail and I gotta get him out, but I think he's trying to do what I can't do. I just wish you were here. I just wish you were here. You know what to do. You tell me what to do because you were always so much wiser than I was.
And that's when you notice that an old man who wasn't there when you sat down leans over and says, "What does your heart tell you to do, my child?"
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there.
No, this is a place for contemplation, and I just thought maybe lending you an ear might help you.
I'm afraid what I have going on is a bit more than just lending an ear.
I can at least offer you what advice or just give you someone to speak to.
I came here with an intention because I had grief and anger and hatred in my heart for someone who did me wrong and took someone that I loved.
He just nods and doesn't say anything.
And now I think maybe I'm in over my head and other people are involved. and I don't want to cause anybody else any harm. For the first time in a really long time, I feel like I don't have the energy or the strength to go on.
You said that you had a friend you could return to if you don't have the strength to carry on. Maybe you could go back to your friend. You have those around you who could support you.
Really, it's just one person. She's the sister of the person that was taken from us. I just can't. I feel like I can't face her.
And
Finished what I came to do.
do you feel that your friend would rather have the support and love of a friend or vengeance?
She's not the vengeful type. I am.
So what is it that you want most?
I want the man responsible for this death. That's what I want.
And is it worth the suffering that you're going through right now?
I'm only suffering because there's other people involved now. I intended for this to be my task.
So you wish to carry the weight of the world on your own shoulders.
It's what I'm used to.
And that has brought you here today. While this is a place of peace and love, it sees its share of heartache and sorrow also. Which one of those has brought you through our door?
Heartache.
So I would ask again, what is it you're looking for?
A sign from him to tell me what I should do. He was a paladin, Paylor.
A noble calling, to be sure, but he was
Why?
he was still a man, and I don't tell them I said this, but paladins are just as capable of making bad decisions as everyone else.
Yeah, I think the day he decided to take up with me began his decisions.
Do you think that's something he would agree to? Because if you're in here with tears in your eyes because you think he would be disappointed in you, then it sounds to me like you are putting more of this on you than he would.
I know he wouldn't be pleased with the things that have happened as a result of action.
Oh, I see. You are an immortal being, and therefore you are aware of the consequences of your actions even before you take them. That is a heavy burden, to be sure.
I don't think he would berate me or
So
be unkind to me for it. He would try to give me some sort of crazy wisdom that he felt he could impart. Told me to make better choices next.
So he truly is wiser than you are.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I say he just says with his mouth, so he really is wiser than you are. But you did
Heard he said that.
You did learn lessons from him, it seems. Many of us are hard on ourselves for what we do wrong, but we can find it easier to forgive another. Maybe you should not take all this responsibility on yourself. That sort of weight can harm you more than anything else.
Oh, I know. I've made a series of really bad decisions lately.
did you make thieves because you intended harm on the people?
On other people, yes.
So you went out to cause harm and then you caused harm.
But not to the people that it was supposed to.
So what you're saying is that you made a mistake. My child,
Yes.
no one is condemned for a single mistake. I have some experience in this area.
Well, this is a pretty big mistake.
But you, I take it that you do not intend to repeat this mistake?
No,
And
my
you,
next, I'll be more thorough in my planning next time.
well, that does tend to help out quite a bit, I will admit. I won't try to deter you from your path. I just ask that you think, is this what you want? Or is this what you think he wants?
I mean, he wouldn't want this. This is what I want. This is how the only way that it feels that this wound that's been left in my heart by him being snatched away
Well,
is to take out the person who did that to me.
so you plan to keep this wound open and fresh so that you don't let go of your hatred. So you continue to suffer on by your own choices, I might add, just to make sure that you are always hunting down this one person. Is that truly what you want?
More than anything. And if I die trying to be able to be with him, then hopefully, maybe, probably not. You don't understand, heinous sir. We're the first people since I was a child who were kind to me and accepted me and didn't make me feel bad about who I am. They taught me how to actually love someone. And acceptance.
And then when you lost one, you ran from the other?
I didn't run from her. I made sure she was. I took her somewhere safe because she was not. She wasn't handling it well. She was always the frail one of the two, and he was always her protector. And I don't think I could protect her like he did. So I took her somewhere where people who could. And then I decided the only thing to do to make this right is to take out the bastard who did it.
And how has that worked out for you thus far?
I was so close to him. I've hurt him a little, but I haven't accomplished it. But unfortunately, I have a wise monk friend who probably says something like, it's kind of like when you toss a pebble into a still body of water and there's ripples. Your effects will ripple out and affect others. Something I never thought of beforehand.
He does sound like he is a wise man indeed.
When he's sober.
They say that some of the gods look out for drunks and fools. So I'm sure you'll both be okay. And with that, the old man stands up, sort of stretches out his back a little bit and picks up a broom he set off to the side and begins sweeping the floors again.
This is an emotional scene. I mean, episode.
I know. Okay, so
And with that, I'll get up after a couple moments and leave.
Okay.
Just kind of walk
Okay.
and think.
So does anyone else want to do anything? Joslyn, if it's serious, you could have picked up, gone in and ordered a new cake or bought one that was already made, whichever.
Yeah, I'll order Cyrus will order a chocolate cake with cream cheese icing and strawberries on top.
Oh, that won't be any problem, sir. We'll get that right away for you.
Ooh.
And
Chocolate and strawberries like a double aphrodisiac.
and that'll just run you about 7 silver or so.
Okay, I'll give her a gold.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much, sir. We'll get that for you just as soon as we can. And she runs off. Dad, we got another order.
Let me take that gold piece off.
And that'll run us. We'll say that they're not gonna rush this one. So let's say it'll be about an hour before that's ready.
Yes, I'll tell them to take their time with this
Okay.
one.
And guys, I need to take a 5-minute break myself, so we can come back and we'll kick into hour 5. When we left off, we were just kicking into what I'm going to call hour 5, and that very much starts with Viserius. You've just been handed this nice large cake by a pair of enthusiastic twin girls who are like, "We hope you enjoy it, sir."
Thank you very much. It looks lovely.
And they've just beamed because they're so proud of their dad. And repeat customers within the same day, so they're thrilled.
We'll be back.
You two did such a great job.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye. And they're both just
And
waving.
I'll offer my
Hmm?
I'll offer my arm to Jesslyn
I'll
on the
take
way
it.
back on the walk back.
Yeah.
Make a
and,
perception roll, guys.
Oh, jeez.
Perception.
Yeah, I want to see if you hear anything.
God.
Where's perception? There it is.
It's under P.
Okay, so Mysterious, you just kind of hear them giggling and like, oh, what a cute couple.
So he'll just arch his eyebrow like Spock does, and just smile. And he won't say anything.
Because when they see the eyebrow, they just kind of go up straight and they're silent, and then they see the smile and they start giggling again. They're like 12 or 13. They help their dad out in the shop.
Oh,
Yeah.
how cute.
Okay. So basically, you guys tell me, what are you up to in hour 5? Or if you want to skip over a certain amount of time, just tell me where you want to pick up.
Okay.
Um,
Well, we're just walking back to the estate.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's not a problem.
I'll be asking Jesslyn questions about her life. What she does, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just to get to know her better.
Okay.
Are you wanting to roleplay that out?
That's up to you
No.
guys.
No more tears.
Her life isn't bad. I mean, she'll be open with him.
Okay. In that case, Trilike, do you want to do anything with your downtime?
I'm going to head to a shop in which I can buy med kits.
Okay. You have to do just a little bit of walking around, but we'll say you know the town well enough. You know where you can buy some supplies. So
Okay, I would like to procure 6 of them if I can.
let's see how many they have. Because
By the way, each med kit has 10 charges. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. Has 10
Mhm.
uses.
Mhm.
Okay.
okay, so you walk in. let me just do a roll because I want to see if I don't know if you've ever been to this shop before, but this is someone who doesn't know you, so they're like, "Can I help you, sir?"
Hello, I am looking to procure some healer's kits.
Okay, let's. Boy, everybody just runs the shops from the same family, aren't they?
Okay.
They're all related.
Yeah,
It's the same chick. She just has several jobs.
yeah.
She thought, let me get a break from this big ass wolf. Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, this is her cousin. They spend a lot of time together, obviously. She looks around. How she, like, well, we have 4 on us today, sir.
I'll take them all, thank you.
Okay, and she starts ringing that up. And she's like, all right, that'll be that'll be 30 gold for all of them.
That is okay.
Okay. You have 4 healer's kits. And mark off the 30 gold.
Mm-hmm. Kit. Excuse me, miss.
Yes.
Do you know a good place where I could acquire some healing potions?
Oh,
If you will do them as well.
There's an alchemy shop, and she'll give you directions to the local alchemy shop.
Thank you very much.
Yes, anytime, sir.
I'll be sure to come back if you produce more healer's kits.
Oh, I'm sure that there will be a shipment in. I don't know when myself, but I'm sure there'll be another shipment soon or later. One of the
Thank you.
two.
Please have a good day.
You too.
And I leave
Okay.
and head to the alchemy shop.
Okay. The alchemy shop that you find, it's sort of a smaller place, especially for this side of town. And it's run by a little gnomish man. He's an older gentleman. And why, yes, what can I? Oh, you were a tall one. There's been a lot of tall ones coming in lately, but you're the tallest one yet. What can I do for you?
Well, thank you. I am looking to acquire some healing potions.
Oh, healing potions. That's a popular thing. Everybody likes healing potions, I suppose. He starts looking through his inventory and, yes, I've got lots of different potions. And we keep some. What type of healing potions are you looking for exactly? Because we got the ones that just sort of fix you up, and then we got the ones that make you feel like the best day of your life. What type of healing potion are you looking for?
Trelexor has to close his ears gently because the constant change in tempo of the voice is hurting his ears.
Yeah.
Well, if you could tell me what you have in stock, I think that would help me.
Oh, well, we have all sorts of things in stock, and he's, looking through his list. We got just your basic healing potions, like I said, and we go on up. We got the better healing potions, and I think I've got a potion of water breathing around here. Oh no, looks like I've got a couple of those. I guess I forgot, and I made them extra. You never know when someone wants to breathe underwater. I mean, I guess it's like fishing, They want to go fishing and then they want to catch the fish right there in person. I just use a rod myself, but that's me. I've got some potions of diminution in case you want to be smaller. You can be closer to my size. It's not so bad. I see that look. It's okay.
Is this a gnome?
Yes.
Is this one of Ellie's brothers? Because she has 11.
I'm going to say more like an older cousin, like maybe a third or fourth cousin. He's an older chap.
Okay.
I don't know how old Ellie is, but...
Well, she is the second youngest of her entire family, so...
I forget what a gnome's lifespan is, but I think he's in triple digits.
Okay.
Damn.
So what were you looking for? You said the healing potions, but what else can I interest you in today?
Should I sort of things for a moment? Do you have any potions that could calm a person down?
Oh, well, that's a very rare elixir. It usually goes by the name of whiskey. There's plenty of places I've had that one. Oh, well, I don't really deal in things like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I make a little myself, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But, maybe that's not what you're looking for exactly. I'm sorry, it's not really my area.
Okay. How many basic healing potions do you have?
Oh, and he checks his list. Oh, what? I've got about 10 of those in stock, actually. And, I've got some of the greater healing potions. I don't have as many of those, but I have a few.
How many greater ones do you have?
Oh, let me just check my stock. I've got about 7 of those made up. They take a little longer, you see. Harder to keep those in stock. The guards tend to come in and buy some of those things up.
Right. So, how much for the basic and superior?
Oh, well, actually what I have is the greater healing potion. I'm afraid I might have a superior around here somewhere, but let's see. If you want to go with how many of them are you looking to buy? Because I'm, price both discounts and all of that. I just want to make sure I give you a fair price, sir. It is, sir, isn't it? I have trouble telling with some of you tall people.
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad to know. I had a 50-50 chance that, you could still be wrong. Sometimes there's a third out there, but you look like you were in the 50-50 range. I'm going to have to keep going to make me remember his voice, aren't you?
Yep, this is perfect.
Oh my god.
I'm going to ask his name, his family, So, how much for one basic healing potion?
Oh, well, if you wanted just one, I suppose I could let that go for about 60 gold.
Sits there for a moment and thinks. I would like to take 4 basic healing potions.
Okay. And he'll start to put those into a nice bag for you. Like, okay, well, if you're going to take more of them, I'll bring that down, and we're going to go for what price did I just say? We'll say $220 for 4 of them. How's that sound?
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad to do some business with you there, sir. And he's putting them into like a safe box, with some paper in there to make sure the vials stay safe. And here you are, sir.
Okay. Actually, could I get 2 more, please?
Oh, well, big spender. Yeah, sure. I can go ahead and let you have 2 more. I'll just go ahead and we'll just call these and these 2 extra. We'll just call that a flat 100 gold, since you're buying quite so many.
Why, thank you.
Oh, not at all. I like to see people, coming back and buying some things, and maybe next time if I've got some of that, that feeling good elixir, I can set you up with a little bit of that, since you come back sometime.
Please do let me know. I'd love to try.
Oh, well, sure. I'll make sure I keep some for the tall guys. I mean, everybody's a tall guy to a gnome, but I'm pretty sure I'll remember you.
By the way, I might have a friend who would be more interested in the feel-good drink. His name is Frick. Could I refer him to you?
Well, sure. I love referrals. I love it when people come into my shop and spend large amounts of gold. It just makes me happy. And then I don't need the feel good elixir, but you know what? I still drink some to celebrate.
So, I'll have a quick look around. That is all from me. Thank you so much for the business.
Oh, well, thank you so much for your business, sir. I hope you have a good day.
You do too. And I leave.
Yeah, I'm making notes about this guy because, dang it, when I make someone you guys want to talk to, I'm going to have to remember him. Now I got to build up a whole psych profile for the guy. All right. Okay, so back to you guys. What do you want to do? Just let me know, like, how long you might want to be around, or if you want to jump through time, to a later date or a later point in time.
Yeah, I'm sure Viserius and Jesslyn have already reached the estate by now.
Yeah.
So Viserius will make sure to take the cake and put it in the cold room.
Okay. That's not a problem.
Should we have found Frick and brought him home?
Frigg must still be passed out at that other inn.
Oh, he did say he got him a room, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's
Yeah, he
probably-
arranged it where he couldn't hurt himself or anyone else.
He's probably okay. I hope.
I suppose eventually, after, I don't know, roaming for an hour or so beyond her little talk at the temple, she'll eventually make her way back to the estate.
Okay. That's not a problem.
She'll just kind of go in, just not really say much to anybody, and just kind of go straight to her designated room and shut the door.
Okay.
Do you think I should try to talk to her?
By the look on her face, she looks like she wants to be left alone.
Yeah.
But you're welcome to try.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go up and knock on her door.
Very well. I'll get my servants to start dinner.
Brianna?
Yes.
I just understand if you want to be alone, but I just wanted to make sure you know if you want to talk, I'm here, okay?
Okay, thanks.
I stand there for a minute, debating saying something else, and then I'll just walk away and go back downstairs.
Okay. I was trying to see if I can turn that little beep off, just because every time somebody posts and I'm in another window. Okay, that's just me babbling. Okay, so, is your plan just to go ahead and wait through the night and see what happens tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Same for you, Trilak?
Did I hear the name of the estate that they said they go to?
I don't think anybody really said the name.
No, we never mentioned it.
Okay. So, no, you wouldn't know where they were at. I mean,
Okay.
you would have had time talking to Viserius, so I'm going to say that, if he didn't mention it,
Yeah.
it just didn't come up in your conversation.
Be right back.
Okay.
Alrighty. Sorry.
Okay, so nobody wants to do anything else for the remainder of the night?
Apparently we're having a good
No.
dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, just as soon as Carrie comes back, I'm going to move on to what will happen next. Michael, you were just arrested by the town guard because you told a lie under a truth-telling spell. Now, the way it's sort of like a lot of spells in D&D, they seem to leave it open for interpretation. So here's how I wish to interpret the spell. And we'll see if you agree with this interpretation. Zone of Truth says that you cannot tell a lie while you're in it. And you did not beat the DC, so you could, or more accurately, you did not attempt to beat the DC. The lie you said was that your son stole from a town guard in order to improve his skills so that he could join a thieves guild.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say, the words that came out of your mouth was, that's what you tried to say, but what you actually said was, I told my friend to go in there and try to steal the sending stone.
Yeah. That's actually what I didn't have the actual spell in front of me, so that's why I actually said what I said. But
in the heat of the moment, I sort of forgot, and I want to interpret it as that's what you tried to say, and here's what you actually said.
Yeah.
So
in my mind, I said one thing, and then my lips said another, and it was just like,
exactly.
Ooh.
Yes. So that is the point in time when you were put in chains and led away by a couple of guards.
Mm-hmm.
So right now you are sitting in a jail cell. More accurately, you're sitting in a holding cell. You've been there for a number of hours. You've already been through processing, which means they took all of your gear. You're currently wearing standard prisoner clothes, which means they even took your fancy new outfit.
Mm-hmm.
You have no access to your magic because you are in cold iron restraints, and that means none of your power is accessible to you. And you've been there for approximately 6 hours because you weren't the only person who got arrested. They took everyone who was suspicious or tried to resist a spell or told a lie, and figured they would sort it all out, in holding. So you've been there for a number of hours. Let me switch over to the scene as we're going to pick it up.
All right.
It might also help if I actually click on that one so my map changes as well. And so this is... I got to move our videos around so that way I can show as much of this as possible. And that's the problem with trying to use video and maps at the same time. Okay. Alright. This is basically your interrogation cell. You were set in here. You have a table to sit at. These two guards up at the top have been there, from the moment you walked in. They don't say anything to you. They don't ask you any questions. And that's when the third man walks in. Let me start pulling up my book so I can have all my information in front of me. Now, when this man walks in, he's carrying a helmet underneath his arm. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Oh, man. Let me just bring up the sheet.
Yeah.
There we go. Character sheet. And there we are. Arcana.
Okay. You recognize this based on, its basic design and the gems that are placed in it as a helm of telepathy. That basically means that the person wearing this is capable of casting detect thoughts at will. I also have to bring up that particular item, and I got the PDF version of that until I can go out and buy all the books. So 1 second while I pull that up.
Let me just see here. Detect thoughts. Because this is where we're starting to go into an area that I've had a lot of experience with as a player.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's
so I've got both the spell and the helm of telepathy in front of me, so I know. And I've read this a couple of times preparing for this. At no point does it say that there is a limit to how many times they can use this spell, but you are aware of it when they try to probe deeper. But at the moment, here's what I'm going to ask of you, Kyle. And that is, when they ask you a question, I'm not looking for Michael's answer. I am looking for the first thought that goes through his head, because that's what they can read at no DC. At this base level, that's what they can tell is the first thought that goes through your head. So, he puts the helm on, looks at you, and says, "Please state your name."
Oh man!
First thought, not your answer.
First thought, Michael.
Okay. Last name?
First thought is Alphonse.
Okay. Now, I am, of course, relying on you to be very honest about some of this stuff.
I am trying to be. I play a lot of pets in Vampire the Masquerade, so telepathy is one thing that I
This is such a tricky situation, and I only know how to just say. I mean, I know roughly what your character knows because of your backstory. So, like, don't make me pull meta knowledge on this, because at some point we might have to.
No,
Okay.
and if you have to, just consider it as a way of not just keeping things fair, but keeping us both in line to what's going on. Because
I said you knew what the helmet was, and you would know. So that's why you roll high enough on Arcana. You have the opportunity to shape your thoughts based on knowledge, but at the same time, you are really trying very hard. It's a fine line you have to walk. So, okay, next question. Why were you at the Silver Hornet Inn earlier today?
Surface thought was just looking around. Well, looking for someone.
Who were you looking for?
Halfling Lucky.
Okay. I'm just writing notes for myself so that way I know how to pull things up later.
Is he? Are he and the other two actually paying attention to what my character's physically doing?
The back two guards are making sure that you don't move, and they're not worried about your magic because, again, you don't have any right now. So they are there. If you try to move, they're going to jump you and beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And you have no armor, so they're not worried about you physically. This guy he's writing the same notes that I am writing.
Yeah.
So he's actually at the table with you. I just don't want to move people around till we need to.
So each time that he's actually writing, I'm going to start trying to dex stealth move my way to getting out of these manacles. So it's like, if I can sense when he might be just distracted enough with the writing, I'm going to be trying to do that. That way as he's questioning me, it doesn't set off the surface thought of I need to pick that tumbler and everything.
Okay, but here's my question. How are you picking the lock with no tools?
This is true.
I mean,
how are the manacles actually set up? Are they set up where it's like tighter at the wrist and then they open out like a cuff, or are they cinch lock sort of manacles with a bar that cinches across the wrist?
These are the type where there is a solid bar, like as if your hands are this far apart and you have no ability to move them at all. That it is a solid. When they lock it in, it is like a solid piece across. They don't take chances. You have very limited flexibility in your arms. Like, if you wanted to have a drink, you'd have to pick it up with one hand and hold it like this, trying to drink.
So, is there a way for me to stealth break my hand? Is what I'm going to have to ask then.
I'm going to say it's a possibility, but you have to control multiple things at once. So,
Yeah.
If you want to make that attempt to break break some fingers or dislocate a thumb,
Well, you'd have to actually dislocate or break the actual mid bone for your hand in order to get out of that. So breaking your fingers is nothing. You'd just be caught, because what it is they catch on the actual meaty part of your hand.
mm-hmm.
And this is something that I know from having family members that are cops. So at that point, you have to start breaking the bones inside of your actual hand itself in order to slip through.
Okay, but that's what you know.
Yeah,
Is there
but
any
my
way
character-
Michael's had a checkered past? Explain to me how he would know this.
Well, pretty much because he'd have to have done it before in order to get out of a sticky situation with his old master.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guy was a drunkard. The guy got into fights constantly, got them both into trouble quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So he would have to know how to get out of these, because, well, Dipstick managed to get us arrested again.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, that sounds plausible, because you have established you were basically raised by a pirate who kidnapped you. So I'm going to say yes, you have that experience and knowledge, but again, you're gonna let me get my own dice here, because you're going to need to roll against a couple of people who are watching you while he is doing this. So let's play fair, and let me grab a couple of dice. And like I said, I'm going to ask you to make multiple rolls in this attempt. So, okay, I guess that one was an accident.
No, that was because I hadn't adjusted my my sheet yet.
Yeah.
Points.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So your first attempt is. I want to say that I almost want to say that there needs to be a medicine check in here for you knowing what to break, but we're going to say you've done this sort of maneuver before. So your first roll needs to be a stealth attempt.
A stealth attempt?
Yes.
All
right. At the same time, though, I'm going to pull up a couple of stats for these guys. So I'm just going to go with some basic Roll20 guard stats. So just give me a minute while I pull up that in another window, because we are just doing so much random stuff here. Okay. Now you are rolling against their perception, and do me a favor. What's perception based off of? Wisdom or intelligence? You've got a sheet in front of you.
Let's see. Perception is wisdom.
Okay. And I'm looking at a guard stat. They actually get a +2 to their perception. One of the guards says, "Don't move again." He rolled a 19 and with a +2. He barely beat you. But they don't make any move. He just gives you that one warning. The man looking up, he's starting to focus on you a little bit harder. So please make, I think it's wisdom. Let me double check.
Yeah, it is. Oh, man.
Please make a wisdom save.
Normally I'm the guy doing this kind of stuff to other people. It's not so much fun.
It's what happens when you fuck around with guards.
Can I use my inspiration on it?
I'm going to say that yes, but you've only got one.
Alright, I'm using it then.
No, you fail. Fuck me. He now
Sorry.
gets to do a deep scan of you. You can make every round. So we're going to say after each time I say he detects something, you can make an intelligence to try and beat him and end it, but he automatically gets to see a deeper thought. Now let me read exactly how this works. I know this is so interesting watching me read stuff. Okay. Surface thoughts. Let's see.
Target
Wisdom
master.
it fails, gain insight into reasoning, emotional state, and something that looms large in the mind. Michael, what are you currently worried about?
Loved ones.
Specifically, what loved ones?
Daughter and Jen. The Jeslyn.
Daughter and Jeslyn.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask a couple more, and then we're gonna let you see if you can end the spell early. Let's see. That's what's emotional state.
Emotional state is angry, actual deep-seated anger, but not at this guy. Directed at Victor.
Okay. You now get to roll against this man's intelligence to try and prevent him from getting further. So, okay, you're able to end the spell right there. He rolled very poorly. So he's glaring at you now as he refocuses and does the same thing basically, but he's keeping it at the base level for now. How are you familiar with Lord Victor?
Just a surface thought. If he's on surface thoughts once again, surface thought of actually Victor right in front of it, Victor from his own point of view. So it's like a memory.
Mm-hmm. At the same time, what was your actual answer, just out of curiosity?
The actual answer was I've met him.
Okay. So every now and then I just want to make sure that what you say is matching up with what he knows. How did you meet Victor?
I was arrested.
What were you originally arrested for?
I don't know.
And this is your surface thought?
Yeah.
Okay. Why were you released? Surface thought.
Surface thought of the artifact that he had us hunt down, the ghoul's claw.
So let's say that your surface thought was Victor sent you after an artifact. Does that sound right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, he notes this down. He's looking, sort of looks at the other guys there. Lord Victor sent you on a mission after you were arrested. Is this correct?
Yes.
Ooh, this is honestly a situation I did not. I planned out so many things, and now you've just sort of. Okay. I'm going to start writing down how long you've been in jail, because this is changing my timeline significantly, and that's something I sort of like. He looks over at the other men. Please put him back into his holding cell. I need to confer with someone higher up the chain. And you are placed back into your holding cell. They have been watching you. I mean, do you want to make another attempt to break your finger? Because they're watching you a little bit closer, but I'll still let you make that try.
Yeah, I'm going to try that.
All right, give me a stealth roll. Okay, I'm saying that they're watching you a little bit closer, so I'm going to go with the disadvantage on that. In which case, one of them does beat you.
Ah.
So sorry, man. They after the first warning, they started watching a little bit closer, and it's easier to go with your automatic disadvantage than it is just to keep rolling for them.
Yeah.
So they come over and they roughly take you out of this and put you back into a holding cell. And
Actually, while they're actually trying to lift me up, can I use one to counterbalance and actually try to rip the handcuffs off, breaking my hands in the process?
so you basically, like, they're grabbing you under the arm, not by the shackles.
Yeah.
And
So I want to, if they're grabbing me under the arm, I want to be able to just ram myself bodily back so that I jam the bar into one of their hands and just force it
okay.
to.
Just because I'm trying to get myself in frame. So, like, your arms are bound in front of you like this. You want to try to slam into a guard and break your hand.
Yeah,
Correct?
like as he's coming up and wrapping his arm under my arm. I want to knock myself bodily back so that it jerks the bar into that guy's hand, and
Okay.
as he and forces a reaction out of him so that it jars him and tries to break my hand in the process as the shackle moves, or the hasp. Yeah, it's called the hasp that wraps around your hand, if I remember correctly.
I'll take your word for it, because I certainly don't know. I'm trying to think of what role this would be, because this isn't really you being subtle. This is you. I'm calling this. I feel like this needs to be a strength, possibly athletics, and there's someone behind you. So, do you need to answer the door?
No, that's
Oh, okay.
my brother.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Hi, guys.
Okay. Let's call this a strength. But
Athletics.
athletics
So-
will be okay, but it is a disadvantage.
All right.
Then no, that does not work. And in fact, because you're struggling, they're going to start to beat on you.
Woo! This is better.
They roll very poorly, so basically they just sort of slam you back into the wall. You don't actually take any damage from it because they rolled that poorly.
Damn.
And one of them says, "Try that again, and we will break your legs." And then they haul you off to your cell.
What about my fingers? Could you just break my fingers?
Do you actually say that to them?
No, he's
Okay.
thinking that though, in case any of them have telepathy.
No,
He's just kinda like,
that guy has already left the room. He has a conference with somebody because Lord Victor is now in play.
Yeah.
So, because we are now in some even trickier situations. I mean, like, man, you know how to dig yourself into a hole and keep right on tunneling. Because I'm trying to figure out how to handle some of these situations, and I'm trying to look up some dice because I want to have, try to roll for time, because I need to decide how quickly things happen, and it doesn't need to be a D6. This needs to happen a little bit faster. Okay. So, I will give you this much as a gift. I will say that you have now delayed this process even more. So, like, if this happened in hour 7 of you being arrested, it is going to take them 4 hours to run up the chain to get to somebody who is even capable of speaking on behalf, or to find someone who is high enough in the chain to take over for this guy. He was just, an interrogator of it's not really like interrogator is an exact, position. he was just the highest ranking person to deal with this, while everybody else was trying to deal with the fog cloud situation. They had 5 other people arrested. You know, they're just trying to maintain order. He was not at the political level. So you're in your holding cell for 4 hours. I will say, for the sake of this, that they're not watching you personally. That doesn't mean you're in the cell alone. I don't have that particular scene built in, so we can't switch. Now, like I said, you're in the cell with. Let me just roll to see how many people. What do I keep doing with my D4? There it is. I don't want to have you. I don't want to say this. All right, you're in the cell with one other person. If you want to try again to do some sort of a breakout, but I will warn you that even if you get out of your cuffs, you're still in a jail cell with no tools. And if you want to, I'm going to say your Arcana check was good enough earlier that you understand that even having this cuff on one hand is enough to mute your power. If you if you get one hand out, maybe I give you access to your cantrips. Because I'm playing in another game where my character had to escape from a similar situation in his backstory, and I will say that there's a little bit of wiggle room, just for the sake of dramatic flair. Do you want to make another attempt to break out, knowing that you're trapped in a small space with one other person?
I want to try and get the other person to attack me and break my hands.
Okay. Give me a minute to figure out who this person is, because I really have. And again, I kind of. Man, there's not really a something for peasants. Let me try and bring up a whole nother window, and hopefully, because I have some of my random generators in. Let me see. Where's my NPC generator? Nope, that's random names. I got so many of these things for different purposes, but I've got to actually sort of go through and label them in some way, because somebody has a really good. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm going to make, because I need to make him more or less just a normal person. Give me a perception roll to find out how much you know about this person that's in here with you. Okay. For that, I'm going to say that you can tell this was really just a person who was apparently off the street, probably came from the same fog cloud situation as you do, and they were more or less just let me redo this slightly, because I want to make sure that they get their proper stats. Looks like just a worker from that part of town. Maybe it was a shopkeeper or somebody that was, running errands on behalf of a shop. Is not a hardened criminal. But what do you want to say to this person?
Oh, thank you. Going to pretty much start just mumbling insults at him under my breath about, looks like as if why am I the one that has to be stuck with the shopkeeper's apprentice?
Okay.
All the people around, I had to be stuck with this asshole.
I'm going to say we probably need a persuasion roll. Okay, I'm trying to think about what they actually need to roll against you for this. I'm gonna say you're rolling against his charisma, in which case he just looks at you and says, "Looks to me like we're in the same situation. Don't make it worse than it has to be." And He just sort of lays down, tries to get some sleep while he waits this out.
There is no waiting this one out. They're either going to end up taking us over to the gallows, or they're going to take us out and beat us.
He just says, "Look, man, I only got dragged in here because I didn't want to answer their questions."
Now, why didn't you want to answer them?
That's none of your business.
It's got me in here. It's got you in here with me.
I didn't do anything. And he just leans back. He's actually fairly calm about the whole thing. It's like he trusts that due process will see him through.
You didn't do anything. You're probably the reason why I'm in here.
Go ahead and roll another persuasion if you're trying to provoke him.
Finally, having expertise comes in handy for something.
Oh, he just looks at you. Now he is getting annoyed. And says, "How I know you weren't the one that did this?"
Because I didn't do this. But I'm in here because I've got my own issues. But you might be the entire reason why I got caught.
Well, if you didn't do anything, then you have nothing to worry about. Now he rolls over so that his back is to you.
Oh, and what? You didn't want to answer their questions because you didn't do anything?
He's ignoring you. He doesn't say anything.
What race is this guy? Is he human or
He's
is he
human?
Start swearing at him in Elvish.
Yeah, he can get one extra, so let me just see. He just sort of replies back in Elvish, "Your accent is shit."
So is yours. Maybe if they break your teeth, it might make them a bit better. Though, of course, it will make your smile look better.
He's. I'm going to say that you are getting under his skin, but he isn't talking to you anymore.
Oh, not talking. Make the big, bad, scary bad mouth go away. I'm stuck in this cell just as much as you are.
Then why don't you just shut up and let us wait out our time?
Oh, because I'm got nothing better to do. And they stuck me in here with you.
He doesn't say anything.
Some lower class, half, possibly not even full human, sitting here right next to me.
He's not doing anything.
I'm gonna make another perception check just to see.
Okay. What
just
are you looking for?
I'm looking for any sort of like telltale scars or anything just to show
Okay.
any sort of way to possibly get under his skin just that much more. Like any scars that would be like looking like they're from a fight.
No, he looks. He's average. There's nothing that stands out about him. You know, I'm going to say that to you. You think that he is just a working class stiff who, you know, just didn't feel like he should be bothered by the guards and was annoyed at the whole situation.
Just some poor peasant stuck in my cell.
And at this point, he actually takes the pillow and sticks it around his head like he's trying to muffle you out.
That's not going to help you, peasant. Don't even have a name, do you? Don't even know who your family is. Sold off as a child into existence with some shopkeep living underneath the floor.
Every time you say something, he's not getting up to do anything. All you can tell is that he is getting annoyed, but he's not getting up to fight you or anything like that.
Oh, fight back. Come on.
And at this point, a guard walks by and says, "Shut up in there."
Ooh. Going to try and be intimidating now, huh?
Well, this was a guard who's doing his patrol through the wing, so yeah, he gets to be intimidating.
Yeah. Can I actually stand up and walk to the bars?
Yeah, but you're not able to put your hands through them.
No. But I can put
can-
my hands like on the lateral bar
Yes.
across, right?
Yeah, you could actually hold the bars. You just, you can get your fingers through there.
No, I'm trying to get it to where it's like my knuckles at least are out to it. That way you can crack things.
Okay,
Oh, come on
also-
back. Come on back.
Give me a persuasion roll. He comes back. What? Feeding time's in another hour.
Why am I stuck in here with him?
Because we could have put you into a cell with 6 other people. You
Why not
got
with
lucky.
Why not with the 6 other people? Why do I have to be with the low-class commoner?
He just looks at you. Because you are a low-class commoner, and walks away.
I am not a low-class commoner.
He keeps on walking.
I am not a commoner. Start shaking and rattling the bars. I am not a commoner.
And let me just see about something. And you get a few other people like, I'm not a commoner either. No, I'm nobility. I'm the fucking king.
Who said that?
And now you just got random people who are shouting, and it's devolving quickly. And the guard comes back in, starts banging on one of the bars. If you people don't shut up, I'm going to have this whole wing gassed.
Gassed with what?
You can't even see him to know what his expression was. He's at the far end of the hall.
Gassed with what?
And no reply.
Oh, great. Dang, they have everything settled out here. Oh, great.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like it's jail, and they're used to a bunch of loudmouth drunks. For the record, based on your experience inside of the prison and the other times you've been arrested in your life, this is basically the drunk tank. You've got a few people who are particularly worked up because they've been here for 7 hours. A few of them have probably been released, but they got swept up in the wrong situation, and maybe some of them are even used to being in the drunk tank.
Okay.
But this is not the violent criminal section.
All right. Is there like a sitting bench or anything that I can use as leverage against the midpoint of my hands?
Yeah, there's like a cot and a bench, so like your cellmate, for lack of a better term, he's on a bench over to one side. You've got a bench on the other.
All right. Okay.
And he is ignoring you.
I am going to. I'm going to go over to that bench, and I'm actually going to crack and shatter the midpoints of both my hands across as many bones as I can.
Give me a strength roll for that. I'm also going to say go ahead and combine that with a stealth roll, because let's see if you can keep quiet. Alright, this hurts, so take 3 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
You are able to keep it down to like a as you do this. I'm going to say you've bruised and bloodied your hand, but at 13, I don't feel like you quite broke the enough of the bones.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try again, but this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to add in. This is where it actually sucks to be me, because I'm actually hypermobile, and I can do this. I can do this as a thing.
Oh yeah, I can bend my fingers all sorts of weird ways.
But I'm talking about because I'm hypermobile in my hips as well.
Okay.
I can actually move my leg to where I can leverage it against the middle of my hand and just crack it. So that would be a dex check for a normal person, though.
No, we're saying that you're basically just slamming your hand against the edge of wood.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Let's try that one more
This is the messiest way
time.
to do it.
Let's try that one more time.
Okay. Strength and then stealth, because we gotta see if you're quiet. You managed to do another, let's call it, just point of damage, but you make a little bit of noise, but you're still not breaking that hand. Now, you've got a number of hours before anybody more official than just a guy coming through to check on you. But I do want to roll just some percentiles just to see what's up. No, some people are making noise in the other cells. Most of them, nobody seems to care that you're making a few grunting noises.
All right. I am going to try one more time.
Okay. You're going to do... Oh, this is fun. This time, you've dealt 4 points of damage to yourself, and you let out a string of curses that now everyone in your cell has stopped and like, what is going on in there? And yeah, it's going to keep up for a minute or two until you hear the door cell open, and guards like, what's all the commotion in here? And you can hear him walking up because everybody else got dead quiet. And he's walking through, and I'm going to say that when he gets to your cell, he actually sees you, with blood running down your hand. What happened?
Nothing.
But you got to beat his perception. I mean, you do, but I have to check.
I know.
Okay.
Because there's always the point in life where something could go horrendously wrong.
Yes. Let me actually pull... I was looking at the wrong perception there. Okay. Yeah, he just looks at you. It's like, look, settle down in here.
I have an iron allergy. That's something anybody can tell is a lie.
Well, I can send in a medic if you start showing signs. And he turns and leaves.
That was very compassionate of you.
He doesn't say anything. He just leaves. You hear the
Thank
cell
you.
slam behind him.
I need to get out of these.
Well, I mean, they're on pretty secure, and you are doing a crap job at crushing your own hand.
Which is amazing. Normally most people can...
Actually, I'm going to make the argument that a lot of people have more trouble hurting themselves than what they think they will.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes some dedication to break your own bones.
Yeah.
So we're going to say every time you try, basically, you hesitate at that last second, and you just don't have the willpower to shatter your own hand. And I don't know about you, but I don't particularly want to roll out 4 hours of you trying to break your own hand.
No, neither do I. So, all right.
Now I'm going to be marking what we've accomplished at certain time frames, because again, we have to play this as in branching scenarios. So, if you want to say that you spent that first hour trying to provoke a fight and break your own hand.
Mm-hmm.
And failed.
Next hour, I'm going to see if there's a way to weaken this thing enough, like just off of what I've actually got on me, to try and weaken the actual shackle and hasp points to break. Unless what I know about this thing is just pretty much going to say that's not going to happen.
Give me an investigation roll. Let's see what you know. Because we can say you spent an hour looking at this thing. And with that roll, I don't know whether to say you think it's indestructible or you think it's fragile. You get to pick. Do you think this thing is
fragile?
You think is nearly indestructible, or you think that if you slam it into the wall just right, you can shatter the whole thing like ice?
Let me roll intelligence real fast.
Okay.
If we get an even or an odd, that will depend.
Okay, fair.
Okay. Yeah. He thinks it's fragile.
Okay.
And it's going to that it's going to just shatter like glass the second that he just hits it just right.
Give me a strength. You are confined by stone, after all. Give me a strength roll, please.
Oh my god.
Okay, and because there is no quiet way to do this, the sound rings out, and again, the rest of the group with you. Let's just give some generic rolls real quick.
The one person inside of my cell with me who's not listening, and everyone else in the cell's adjacent.
Well, I mean, there's
great.
a lot of people, and so far I haven't rolled above a 10. That one was cocked, so I'll re-roll it. Yeah, that sound doesn't seem to bleed out past, the ambient noise. I'm going to say that doesn't hurt you as badly because you weren't attempting to hurt yourself. So you can try again if you like. We're going to say you spent maybe 30 minutes really inspecting these, looking for the weak point, and then you tried to break them.
All right.
So
try.
I'll say you can try this 2 more times within your hour span.
Let's try it one more time.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope. And again, there's some noise. Let me just roll some percentiles and say it does ring out, but there was a guard in the room in there just doing his normal check, and he's just going to look out. What was that? But because nobody else was particularly paying attention, they've been there for hours. Most of them were just talking amongst themselves. So nobody saw or really identified anything. So when he yells out, everybody just gets quiet. Like, look, this can go easy or this can go hard. I'd prefer it go easy for everyone. It's been a long day. Everyone is stressed on both sides of the bars. I suggest you all calm down. And we're going to say that at this point they start to dole out rations of food and some basic bread and water style rations. Maybe there's some dried jerky in there because they want to make sure everybody's at least got the bare minimum that they need. So you get a chance to eat. If you want to roll a hit die just to return some of what you did to yourself, I'll allow it. We can say that was a short rest. Good God!
I'm just the greatest person on the planet.
This is working
right
with
now.
my theory that the dice know your character better than you do.
Yeah, yeah, they do.
Okay. Now, I mean, this is a normal short rest. If you want to keep rolling till you got full health points, I mean, you didn't get hurt before this, so you were at full before you decided to break your own arm. But hour 2, failed to break shackles. But so far, you haven't gotten caught.
Actually, I'm still bleeding, right? A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit, but you know, because of what you told the guard that it was nothing severe, and they sort of expect some people to do something stupid once in a while, it's not enough that anybody cared.
All right. Can I actually use that blood to write in one of the safe sigils from that Rihanna had told us, like a directional symbol, like you are here in Thieves' Camp on that, no, on the floor in the blood.
I'm going to say it wasn't that much blood. We're talking about, like, you know, just a little trickle on your hand. Like, it was more of a red cut that welled with blood, but not enough for you to leave a message. And there's some graffiti on the walls anyway, and Thieves' Cant is particularly tricky.
Yeah.
And I've seen your intelligence. So, no, you do not have enough blood to leave a message in the floor.
All right.
You have 2 more hours before a higher ranking official will show up. What do you want to do with your 3rd hour?
Well, I can't start a riot because they threatened to gas. My character doesn't know what kind of gas they would use, so he doesn't want to kill a bunch of drunks.
Mm-hmm.
Amazingly enough, he does have some moral code.
Oh, it's shocking, I know.
Yeah.
Now, we can skip over if you just want to sit back and wait to see what happens. Because
let's see if I've actually managed to loosen up anything in my attempts, both in my hand and in my and in this thing to actually try and slip out.
the shackle is just as strong as it was. Your hand is probably a little bit swollen and slightly stiff. Because I'm going to say you've bruised your both hands. Because I imagine you tried one hand and then the other, or did you focus on one hand?
One hand and then the other.
Okay, then yeah, you got one that's starting to swell a little bit from bruises, and the other is sore and just kind of, you know, when you move your fingers, it's sore but not immobile. So you've done a lot of superficial damage, but nothing that will pain you past a minor healing spell or a day of ice in your hand.
I kind of tap on the bars trying to get a guard's attention.
All right. I'm going to say there's no real need to roll. That's just on your behalf. Let's just see what they notice. Okay. A guard comes up. What is it, prisoner?
Can I get some, like, attention for this?
He just
Shows him his swollen hand.
Let me do a medicine check. He rolled a natural 20. He looks at it. You're not in any immediate danger. And he turns and leaves.
What if I start swelling? Like, to the point to where it cuts off circulation to my hand? Then my hand falls off and I'm free of the cuffs.
He took a look and he rolled a natural 20. He's just walking. He's identified you as the troublemaker at this stage.
Please?
Do you want to do anything else with your third hour?
Nah, he's just gonna sit there and try to contemplate what next to do when he gets interrogated again.
Okay. We're going to say at the fourth hour is when a higher ranking official will show up.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to play this from the point of view that you are back in the interrogation cell. There's a couple more guards. And for the record, this has been like 12 hours. Have you slept any during this time?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've gotten enough naps in that you don't have any exhaustion to worry about. But you are now in with, and in fact, let's go ahead and say that at this point there's probably 4 guards in there, plus your new interrogator. So we'll just leave the setup the same way it is now, because you just got more people watching you as this person comes in. This person is not carrying a helmet of his own. So let me find what he's going to do. And he's looking over the papers, and he doesn't appear to cast anything. Although I do want to see if he casts, what will he do, if he's actually a mage. I haven't quite decided that far ahead. And he says, you were once employed by Lord Victor.
Yes.
Okay. And he looks at the other guards. Gentlemen, please leave. They kind of look at each other, but all of them leave. And he takes out a rune and puts it on and mutters a word. You kind of you see a flash, and he now says, please tell me the nature of the mission that Lord Victor sent you on.
Can you tell me why you want to ask that first? Because I need
You will
to know.
answer the questions, or you will be thrown into a hole. A literal hole.
It was to nick an artifact that was stolen from the Death Monks.
Mm-hmm. Did you succeed in your mission?
No.
How did you escape Lord Victor's shackles?
I haven't.
He looks at your arm, looks back at you. I am not referring to those shackles.
But I'm still here. Am I not?
Let me rephrase the question. How long ago were you given this mission? As your DM, that would have been approximately 9 days, maybe just 7, if depending on time frame. You were unconscious for a little bit of that time.
Just short of a week or possibly a fortnight ago?
I ask you again, how did you escape from Lord Victor's shackles?
I haven't escaped.
He puts his quill down. No one outside of this room can hear what we are saying. You will answer me truthfully.
I'm okay. There's a way to bypass them, but you don't fully escape, especially if you're still in especially if you're still in a situation that I'm in. We bypassed by pretty much making it think that my arm was dead. Therefore, if the target is dead, it can be bypassed. So, cut off my arm and reattached it.
Okay. I'm just making, again, notes for myself. I know we're recording this, but I don't want to have to go back and watch everything. How were you able to reattach your arm?
Necromancy?
Gives you an odd look there, but you... Okay. I mean, I know you're telling the truth, but he looks...
He's just like, what?
Man, I'm actually having to write things down like I'm an interrogator. Okay. He is... I'm going to say that he takes a moment and he casts Zone of Truth. Do you want to try to fight that spell? Or do you want to submit to that spell?
Probably another half hour. What?
Oh, we can wrap up real quick if you want to, because
No. Let's try to get this
Okay.
at least this point done. And then,
okay. He's casting Zone of Truth. Do you want to try to fight it?
yeah, I'll try to fight it. If only because I can't. This guy's saying nothing's going to leave the room. It's still a point of I don't know if he's actually an agent of Victor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So give me a charisma save. Alright, as he casts a spell, he can tell it doesn't take effect. It is in your best interest to cooperate with me. I am going to try this again.
Are you with Victor?
Give me an insight roll. Fortunately for you, his deception was not particularly strong. He says, well, I don't know why I rolled deception. I'm just because, but he just looks at you and says, I am with the crown. I suggest you answer my questions. Now, I'm going to say, because I don't know why I bothered to roll, because his answer was...
It's truthful, yeah.
Yeah, but you rolled a 12, so I'm going to say that you're pretty sure he is with the crown, but you know that the crown has multiple departments.
Which department are you with?
You will
We're
answer
trying to
my
work here.
questions, not the other way around. I am going to cast the spell again. I suggest you don't resist. And he tries to cast Zone of Truth one more time.
Fine, I don't resist.
Okay.
But the Zone of Truth actually affects everyone within it, right?
Yes.
So as soon as he casts it, and I know that it's taken effect, I actually ask him, who are you with? Which department are you with?
He looks you dead in the eye and says, I am not the one who's answering questions here. That is you. Zone of Truth does not compel you to speak.
No, it doesn't. But it's still a truthful thing
Yes.
as well. So it's just like,
Well, he also gets to make his roll, and you don't know if he beat his own charisma roll.
no.
Then he asks you, did you truthfully have your arm cut off and reattached through dark magic?
Yes.
Who did this for you?
Shit.
I'm going to say you don't get to re-roll that every time. You rolled once, and if you do
Yeah.
manage to beat it, he's gonna know.
Yeah.
So you can try, but
I just don't answer.
okay. Are you currently working with Lord Victor?
No.
Are you working against Lord Victor?
Yes.
Are you working against the crown?
Yes.
At that point, he takes the runestone off of the table, summons the guards in, and this time you get thrown in solitary confinement.
Weird.
Might help if I remember to move the player tab over. We're gonna stay with the main party. Trilak, I will move back over to you. This is basically your home, where you're at. Frick's not there though, so let me take him out. And Trilak is not there. Let me take him out. I don't know who that is, but that wasn't Trilak.
Hey,
That's
you're
a
the
nobody.
intruder.
That's a nobody. He's not there.
Look like a rat man.
Okay, so basically, it is night.
They're coming to you, Gislin.
It is somewhere around midnight when you hear a loud noise outside the manor. This would be enough that even if you were asleep, we're going to say that you woke up to this.
Okay.
Does anybody want to look out the windows or anything?
Yes.
Yes, I will go and look out the window.
Okay, when you look out the front window, you see lots of guards. Captain Nestor is in the lead. If you check the others, you will see guards everywhere.
Oh my
What?
god.
What?
I'm going to even bring up my dice roller so that way I'm held accountable for the following rolls.
What?
Okay. You hear Captain Nestor's voice ringing loud and clear. Surrender, and you can keep your lives. Defy us, and everyone dies. What do you want to do?
First thing Viserys says is he ratted us out.
Who did?
Michael.
Why would he do
Michael.
that? No, he wouldn't.
I was afraid this was going to happen.
In fact, guys, give me perception rolls for everybody who looked out a window. I'll let you know how much you're seeing. Okay. All right, Rihanna, you see that there is a mix. There are armed knights. There are bowmen, archers, and you even see the mages that are in the third line. And they're on all sides. You are completely surrounded. They brought out everything. There are battles that do not have this many people in force.
Just a question. Would my father have left any type of like a teleportation scroll by the teleportation circle?
No, there's only the teleportation circle. This wasn't. He was planning on waiting out King Wilson's reign, so therefore he left nothing of that nature. And I noticed this guy doesn't. Well, that one belongs there. Sorry, I'm still getting used to maps. That guy does. No, you go away. You didn't belong there. You get back in formation. No.
Get those bears out of here.
Yeah. Extras on the set. Get them in line.
I turned
Holy
to Sirius and say, "We're fucked."
He wouldn't have done this. There's no way.
Why
You
else would
have
they
He had
do
to
it?
until
have-
the count of 10 to come out with your hands up and
We're
surrender.
coming. We're
No,
coming.
Stop! We didn't do anything.
I'm not.
my God!
I'm not- we can't risk getting killed. There's too many of them. We can't risk this.
Oh, and
There's nothing-
Jeslyn, just for the record, it has been more than 8 hours. Your mage armor has faded.
Oh yeah.
So, okay, that puts us back to the count of 10.
Well, I think we need to give up.
9.
At least this way we'll be alongside Michael, and we
Eight.
could plan an escape from the inside.
7.
No.
6.
I go to the door.
There are far too many. There are far
Alright.
too many for us.
I go to the door.
Alright.
And open it just a crack. Don't shoot. I'm coming out.
No.
I'm going to say I'm going to want you to move your minis just because I know
Okay, where's
I
where's
hear
the front
Raina
door?
screaming no. The front door would be right
Is it
here.
this one?
All right.
We're going to call it this one right here
Oh, okay.
because I didn't really know. Okay.
All right.
The
Yeah,
two-
I'm coming out, hands up in the air.
Okay. A couple of guards will run up and they will slap cuffs on you and lead you away.
Okay.
So I'm going to put you over here behind the lines. Viserys, do
I'll
you
stay
want-
behind and I'll tell Rihanna, please don't fight. We're vastly outnumbered. And I'm sure there are wizards out there along with them that even my powers cannot contend with.
And the store picks up his count. 5, 4.
She comes out, hands up, but flipping birds. Like, yep, whatever.
Okay, you're all placed into cuffs.
What is this
Trilak-
about?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's finish this up. Jen, did you want to say something?
Yeah. What is this about?
Silence, prisoners. Okay. We'll jump back over to Trilak. Because I didn't really build out this scenario, but let's just say it's basically your door gets kicked in and you see you are swarmed by guards in the night. If you want to fight it out, I am happy to, bring up those stats right quick.
Who? What?
Trilak.
Trilak.
Oh,
They kick in his door and swarm him in the night as well.
How many?
We're going to say that there 5 are inside with you. These are armored knights. And with your senses, I'll already tell you that you can hear more in the hallway.
Could I have heard them before they got to the door?
I'm going to say that it was midnight and you were probably asleep. You need a full night's rest, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you would probably have heard them stomping down, but there was... Unless you wanted to try to jump out the window.
How high is it from the bottom?
You were on the second floor, 20 feet. I don't have a map for that because I forgot to build that far ahead. So
Alrighty.
if you want to try, I'll go ahead and say, go ahead and give me a perception roll, just a flat one because you were asleep. We'll see if you heard them before they kicked in the door.
So could I use my proficiency bonus? Because I'm proficient in perception. Sorry, did that come through, or did I lag out?
If you're
Must have lagged out. I don't see anything.
if you're proficient
Could I-
perception, then
Yeah.
you're proficient perception.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted
So just roll the 20 and tell me, okay. Okay, sorry.
Nope.
And 11, no, your only warning is when the door kicks open and, like I said, these armed knights with swords in hand are in your room.
What is the meaning of this?
You are under arrest for collaboration with known traitors. You can come with us peacefully, or we can kill you here, scout mongrel.
I take a few steps towards the window.
Do you wanna
Give
look
me a
out?
moment.
Do you look out the window?
Yeah.
You see that this place is surrounded in a similar fashion. These were just the unfortunate souls who drew the short straw and had to come after you.
Thor. And I look down with lightning sparks in my eyes. Forgive me. I'm going to cast Sleet Storm right in front of them, so I'm on the opposite end of the room. It's a 40-foot radius. Takes an action.
I don't know that spell. Is it in the player's handbook?
Yep.
All right,
Yes.
So Sleet Storm.
I've
one
catched
action,
it before.
concentration 1 minute, 40-foot radius.
It's in the SRD in roll 20. Andy, if you want to.
Okay, that might be a little quicker for me.
If they enter it, it's difficult terrain. They have to use a dex save or be knocked prone. For casters, they need to do a con save if they're doing any concentration checks.
Okay.
They have to be a save of... Let me just find it.
Your spell DC, whatever that is.
I'm trying to... Why did I write it down? Where did I put it? Did I
It's a
not
dexterity
write it
saving
down?
throw.
All right. And I said there was 5 of them, so you find the DC, and I'll be setting up the roll.
So it's 8 plus proficiency modifier plus my wisdom, correct?
That
Yeah, plus
sounds
your
right.
Oh, there it is.
Proficiency
15.
bonus.
They have to be at 15.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just saying. Let me just roll them as a group, and
Oh shit!
so 3 of them will succeed. 2 of them are knocked back.
Yeah, they fall prone.
Yeah, so 2 of them are knocked down. The ones in the hall are already helping them. The other 3 will attack. Roll initiative.
Alrighty.
I'm just going to roll for the 3 who are standing because that's just easier on me.
Okay, I have to do a straight roll. Oof.
Okay, and 17 for you. All right.
Do you have anything that gets added to your initiative, Matt?
Nope.
Oh.
Okay.
I have no dexterity.
Oh. Boo.
All right. So the first guard is going to attack you. He will obviously miss. You are up next.
Alrighty. I'm going to. So outside is surrounded.
Yes, if you were to jump out the window, you won't see as many as are here, but they have every major exit blocked off, and so if you jump out the window, you're facing a bigger fight. But so far, you have to fight your way through these guys, the ones in the hall, and then you have to go downstairs. Or you can jump out a window and see what that does for you.
I open up the window. This might seem familiar to you. And I cast Fog Cloud down at the bottom.
Okay.
And I'm going to jump out.
All right, let me just bring up a blank map so that way and I'll bring your icon out. I just don't have, like I said, the ability to do everything. Or you don't bring out this many people. Oh, might help if I always forget this player icon thing. Okay. All right, so you cast Fog Cloud in the area.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go away now. Thing with everything on it. Okay. So let's just go ahead and draw a big circle, and we'll call that the Fog Cloud. This would be right where you were jumping out, just because, sure, why not? Okay, and so when you start to... Alright, let me just make sure I understand how you did this. You open up that, and then you yell out, "This might seem familiar to you," and cast Fog Cloud, correct?
I don't shout out, I just say, "This might seem familiar to you,"
Okay.
and then I cast it.
Okay, I'm looking through the wrong book. No wonder I'm not finding anything. Okay, I'm just double checking something myself. Where are words that I want? These are the words I don't want.
So I've used Sleet Storm, I've used a 3rd level. And Fog Cloud is a 1st.
Let's see. Okay, so when you cast Fog Cloud, one of the mages will cast Counterspell. Your Fog Cloud is immediately dispersed because it is a 3rd level spell, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a 1st level.
Okay, well then it's beaten by Counterspell. And now a rain of arrows will come at you. So let me roll a few archers. None of them are going to hit, apparently. What was your AC again?
18.
Okay, I'm just going to double check, but I'm pretty sure even with their bonus to attack that no, nobody was going to hit you with that. But the arrows are flying.
How far is it from my temple?
Let me just sort of bring up the map and we'll see roughly where I said you were, because I'm actually glad I have this up now. Okay, so I had said you were somewhere in this vicinity. This is where the temples are. It's a short run, but let's put it this way. You have a minimum of 20 people after you.
Alrighty.
And they're already calling you hostile.
I will dart towards the temple district, casting Sleet Storm behind me.
Alright, so you jumped into the crowd of knights, correct?
Oh, there's loads of them below me?
Well, yes, because when you cast Fog Cloud, someone immediately counterspelled it. They were watching you jump from the window. Minimum of 20. Let's say you have 10 of them on you personally. The other 10 were at the front door.
Could I... How low is the opposite building roof?
It was probably taller. This was a modest inn. You cannot jump to another roof. Your choices are jump down and fight your way out, or fight your way through the hallway. and you've got less than 6 seconds to make this decision because you've already acted, and by all rights, the next guard could have already stabbed you.
I will cast Sleep Storm at the bottom.
Okay, well, let me just give some rolls on my side for initiative on these people because I would be doing this in the roller, but I'm going to say that with 10 of them, there's going to be at least a few who get to attack you before you can cast your spell again. You've already cast once. So
Alrighty.
we're going to go with 3 guards will run up and attack you because some of them were rolling, some of them were archers. But wow, they suck tonight. Okay.
They're half asleep.
Yeah, they clearly were not expecting you to jump out of the window, and they are now reorganizing themselves. You can attempt to cast that again. What I say, it was going to be 10 people that are currently on you, and the rest of them are. And when I say that they're at the front door, that means you have to run through the next 10.
Could I take a different route?
In theory, you would be running through back alleys, and you're a big guy. So I'm going to say that if you try that, I'm not going to call it half speed, but let's call it 2/3 speed. So like, what's your speed? 30. We're going to say you can move at 20 if you want to take the back alleys at your size. And that's because you're running at night through a large metropolis. There's still going to be people you might trip over. So it would not be quite difficult terrain, but if you're going to be trying to run, it's not going to be easy. So, do you want to cast that sleep spell? That other spell?
Sleep Storm.
Yeah.
Well, so did I already count as casting it as the bottom? So some of them had to make a roll to see if they fell over.
Well,
or are you saying that's what I have?
I'm saying you haven't cast that spell yet because they got their attack. Okay. Do you want to cast Sleep Storm now?
Yes.
Okay. What level is it?
It's 3rd level.
Okay, someone cast another counter spell, so it's canceled out.
I just jumped down.
Oh, you've already jumped down.
Oh yeah. Okay then. Oh,
right,
okay then.
So that was your turn. They're going to get another round of attacks. We're going to start with the archers. One of them is going to hit you. Let's see. I think that was a D6. So let me bring up. That is going to be 7 points of piercing damage.
Alrighty.
And then here come the knights with swords. One of them is going to hit you.
AC is 18.
Yeah, I'm adding their modifiers separately because it's... Alright, that is going to be 10 points of slashing damage.
Alrighty.
And now... Oh, this is where things are going to get worse for you, sir. Let me look up a spell.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, I mean, it's only like there were mages standing there. It's going to make me look it up in the book, because I love it when things aren't in the compendium. Yeah,
there's a lot of spells missing in the compendium.
Yeah. So give me just a minute to look this up, because I just sort of pulled up, some sheets, and I'm looking things up. I was honestly hoping that people weren't going to try to fight a giant army, but hey, you do you.
Finger of death.
Not that bad.
Disintegrate.
Well, we're not that smart.
Make a Constitution save, Trilak.
Alrighty. I am proficient. No, I'm not. So.
Okay.
Oof. Oh, nice.
I'm going to double check his DC right quick, but I'm fairly certain you would have made that. Where does it have? I know it says in here somewhere. Okay, yeah, their DC was definitely not 21. So you will take half of this damage. So let's call that 17. That was 17 points of cold damage. And then the next one is going to use a different spell. As soon as I find that one, I'm trying to keep these sort of marked where they are when I jump back and forth.
Is it too late to surrender?
If you want to throw down your weapons and surrender, I will say you can do that.
I didn't have my weapon. I didn't have my weapon drawn.
Well,
I just had my shield out.
Alright, so if you want to drop down and put your hands up, we'll see what they do. I'll roll that on my end because that's going to be more of a percentile, but if you want to do, I'll say you can take your reaction to surrender right now.
I basically let out a yelp, and I dropped to one knee. You are attacking an innocent man.
And someone runs up and they start slapping these cuffs on you. They had some that were large enough to fit even you, and they say, "Innocent men do not attack the royal knights."
I did not attack.
Yes, you cast at us. You ran from us. You are under arrest. This will be held against you. Okay.
Can I say, during the time that I was surrendering, I grabbed my holy symbol and I put it in my mouth. So I put it off to the side and I clenched it in my teeth.
The way you would have had, I imagine you would have put your hands up when you surrendered. So if you did anything but put your hands up, they would have gone through with their next spell.
Alrighty.
Okay. So you've all been arrested now. Or more accurately, you've all surrendered to the guards, correct? So this is a possible ending to the whole thing. You have basically just been executed, but when you die, you open your eyes and you're standing on a cliffside overlooking the whole world, and you can see everything as if it were a snapshot in time. And when you focus on any one spot, it zooms in to meet your vision, and you see the people. In one section, you see people just living their life, tending their farms. Another, you see a group of humans that are defending themselves from goblin raiders. In another, you see goblins that are defending their home from intruding humans. Everywhere in the world, you just see people living. And it's so much to take in that that's why you can't see it all at once. You can only see pieces. And that's when you realize you're not standing on this cliffside alone. There is a man standing next to you. At first glance, he appears to be wearing shining plate armor in the motif of a dragon. Except when he turns to look at you and the jaws part in a smile, you realize he is a humanoid dragon with shining scales so bright they seem to reflect all the light around him. Not enough to blind you, but it makes your eyes water trying to stare directly at him. So you kind of have to avert your gaze, or take a long blink every now and then if you want to look at him.
I just keep to my eyes to my feet, and I have some idea in character who this is, and I actually say to him, "I'm very sorry for what I did. I didn't mean for what happened." He holds
up a hand and just says, looking over the world, "I realize it's a lot to take in all at once. It can actually be even as much trouble for those of us, let alone a mortal like yourself. We can't see the whole picture and we can see pieces, but it's hard to see both at once. And sometimes sacrifices are unfortunate but necessary in the pursuit of justice. I know that you are not actually one of my followers, but that does not take away from your intentions. And while martyrs are sometimes necessary for a cause, many times they would choose to be a martyr even then. I'm not here asking for your apologies. I am here to show you that sometimes sacrifice is not the right way to go. For example, your sacrifice of your life right now in what you have just seen happen to you, that would invalidate the sacrifice that they made. And while we are not always allowed to interfere with the happenings of mortals, we have our own rules after all, we are allowed to step in from time to time to offer advice or to give you a glimpse of what might be. I hope that you will take this information and put it to good use. And suddenly you find yourself back in the fog cloud where all this started. A guard has his hand on your shoulder saying, "Sir, please wait right here. We are trying to maintain order." You hear a scream behind you that is very reminiscent of what in the vision you would recall as Rihanna's scream of a person in the fog. The man turns away. He still has his hand sort of lightly on your shoulder, but he was drawn to that scream. What do you want to do?
I am going to stealth, pull away from him, and invisibility into the fog.
Okay.
So.
I'm going to... Okay, thank you. I was trying to think of exactly how to do that. Yeah, let's just say that he does have disadvantage on this. Okay, so you have to drop the invisibility on Rihanna, but for this, if this scenario comes around, I will have her do a separate roll for that, because you are gone in the fog. The man is screaming, telling people, he's missing. But the other guards were already, and they're on search pattern off to the side. You escape from the fog cloud. You do see that other guards were starting to gather, but you cast invisibility on yourself. So it is no problem.
Can I find a way? Can I find a way to get to Rihanna and then be able, because I'm now back at my full spell slots, cast invisibility on both me and her as a level 3 then?
Well, technically you don't regain all of your spell slots because we're in sort of a tricky situation. I am going to say because I don't know exactly what she's going to do. I am going to say that by the time you get out of the fog cloud and you avoid the guards you see coming to surround this area, you are at least 30 feet away from the last point you thought she was at. Mm-hmm. And with her skill set, it's better to say that you need to take care of yourself and retreat to Goldleaf Manor.
Yeah.
Real quick, thank you to everyone who has joined us for this long. I do plan on, if we're all available on Sunday, I want to pick back up with our normal Sunday. This was just such a huge event that it sort of needed to be dealt with in this way. So thank you so much, and we will see you next time.